Oh, okay. Well, we're live. Cool. Well, instead of just like being quiet, I mean, no one's really watching yet, but welcome to the second night of Battle Poker Season 1 tournament. We have a few tiebreakers we are about to be resolving. Do you want to throw up the summary page real fast so we can take a look at Table 2 and Table 4? Maybe Bhatti and Toffee Man can talk a little bit about the situation, and then we'll just launch into the games.
Sure. Yeah, so it looks like table 2, we have a four-way tie for second. So due to that, I believe there is a four-player game going to be played between these players where the person eliminated first will be eliminated from the semis, while the remaining three all advance as semifinalists for this table. Bhatti, how about table 4? It looks like just only two people there.
Yep, so we're also simultaneously going to have a heads-up match between Eden and Vendettius. The winner there is going to move on. The loser will be going home. It's going to definitely be an interesting situation for all of these players playing shorthanded instead of at a full table. It's going to encourage a lot more aggression, a lot more chips flying, even though they're playing for survival instead of to win. You're forced to play a lot more hands than you normally would.
All right, great. So I think we're ready. Let me just double check with our lobbies, make sure all of our contestants are ready to go. Don't want to start the game on them without notice.
Like, we're gonna get into that as soon as we can, but
all right, yep, we're starting.
Here we go. It's gonna be pretty exciting for these players to be, especially the ones at table 2. It's like sitting down at this table means I have a pretty good shot of making the finals. I just got to get through one last play. But here we have the table 4 tiebreaker. It looks like Eden and Vendettius. Nice to see even a little bit of candor to start the game. A couple of good lucks.
A little good luck. First hand, quite the massive ground force there for Vendettius, but Eden has a couple of those flying battle cruisers, so not going to be too worried about that.
Yeah, we'll be a quick draw here. Yeah, that's maybe just my assumption, but that's a lot of battles. There's a lot of units for two battle cruisers to eat through in the time period necessary.
And the pew pew continues.
Yeah, pew, pew, pew. It's actually really funny watching the Reapers like sort of die one by one. or try to micro away. Oh no, I can't. No, I gotta go. All right. No, and with the small raise here.
It makes sense with the infestors.
Huh. Yeah, I think this. I kind of like the way that hand played out. It made sense to me both ways. Both players still trying to feel out each other's betting style, and it felt like, you know, I kind of have a hand, but both, like, one hand with quality units but lower counts, other hand with lower quality units but higher counts. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like numbers over quality yet again. Quantity is the way to go.
Quantity is definitely the way to go. As long as you can hit both air and ground, you're pretty safe in a heads-up match.
Right, yeah. So we might also be looking another feature we've added for today. On the bottom right hand of the screen, you're going to see a quick overview of Table 1. So you can see how the other tiebreaker is going. We can keep tabs on it as we go. So definitely should make for some good ways for us to keep an eye on what's on the action that's flowing here. But over here, Eden with that Terran mega hand, Battle Cruiser Thor combo.
Oh goodness. Yeah.
Big hand.
Big hand, big pot.
And I think I don't know. That's a lot of Archons.
Yeah, a lot depends on how the Yamatos go. I saw a couple Yamatos go down on the Hellbats, but clearly that just wasn't enough, and the battle cruisers are able to come through with the Thors.
Yeah, it's really the Hellbats. The Hellbats just didn't provide the support those Archons needed. Those were good units, but not enough. And Eden gets another massive Terran hand. Look at this.
Oh my gosh. 8 battle cruisers, 19
Vendetti's-
ravens.
Vendetti's with the re-raise thinking there's no way you could have something like that again. Oh, and here it is.
And just going straight in. Oh my god.
Oh, and he's gonna see the very bad news.
The-
Those are some good fumbles.
Yeah, and they're going to be targeting some of these infested Terrans. It looks like the Ravens are going to blow themselves up just a little bit.
Nah, but it's too little, too late here. So, you know, all battle cruisers against swarm hosts. I like my odds. Oh.
Well, unfortunately, they're going to get tripped up by some of these scarabs here. A couple of battle cruisers are still going over.
Maybe, come on, timer. Says Vendettius. He knows what he needs.
10 seconds left. He's gonna
those Yomatos.
He's gonna have to kill all the scarabs that are left.
Does he?
All the locusts, rather.
Oh my goodness, the locusts!
Yeah.
Whoa,
Locusts are a lifesaver there.
Poor Eden, he thought he had it. Well, that's okay. Eden has to like shake that off. That could be a real tilter.
That could be a real tilter. Thinking you should have the match basically won by now and ending up splitting the pot.
But Eden's got to look at the chip count and say, you know what? I'm still way ahead here. I still got this. And, I mean, you know, picking up another pot here with these Archons. The Archon Swarmhost combo.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, just not letting yourself go on tilt, you know, keeping your emotions in check. You can't let that one lost pot or one tied pot affect your decision making going forward.
Yeah, and I think this is an interesting hand too. Now with that's a lot of Tempest for Vendettius. Six is when the Tempests start to get scary. I think it's when that's critical mass. That's where Volley could really take out a lot of health.
I'd say what's even bigger in the heads up situation are the 20 stalkers that he had.
Yeah, I think that would have been a nice combo. So, all right, well, I think Vendettius did the right thing, pushed his aggression and got some chips. Doing it again, Vendettius.
Just trying to take down some Annies, build back his stack just a little bit. We're still at roughly a 2.5 to 1 chip advantage for Eden, so he just needs to keep putting the pressure on, and hopefully he'll be able to keep Vendettius down.
These shanks are good, but not good enough to kill these phoenixes. So, another quick Annie win for Vendettius. Yeah, I think Eden's just really has to stay in the strong mind space. You know, I got the chip lead. I could do this. I have him covered and then some. So.
Oh wow! 21 Ravens against 8 Ultralists. This could be a big one as well.
Yeah.
Eden is suited.
Both sides kind of whiffing. Although he already has +3/+3 from the table.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
But I mean, even better.
Well, 3/3 Marines are scary, especially when put in the back. I don't think they're going to be able to do enough to these Ultralists this time, but...
Yeah, unfortunately, nothing really... Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, the Ultralists got right underneath those Ravens and blew themselves up.
Oh, no. Vendettius wins the pot. I mean, it looked like Eden was for sure going to win that, but yeah. Vendettius' Ultra's doing the right thing. And
another big pot run.
All these huge hands. Look at these huge hands. Oh man, all these great units coming out, and now these DTs are about to do massive
be
damage.
A tie. This should be a tie, I believe.
You think the Queens can't get the damage done on these on the Broodlords?
No, I don't think so.
There's way too many. You're right. I didn't realize how many there were because I was looking at the picture rather than the counts, and they were so stacked up. But now there's 7 of them. Seems like that should be too many, right?
Yeah, I think it's just gonna go to a timeout. I think we're slowly losing the Broodlords, but yeah, 10 seconds left to fight. It's just not gonna be enough in time.
Too bad. Yep. All right, so split pot. And back at it. Looking over at game 1, looks like Driss has gotten out to a pretty good lead. So maybe Driss can kind of sit on that. Well, we're seeing a Tempest versus Stalker Void Ray battle here.
Oh, those Void Rays are just doing so much damage.
Yeah, I mean the Void Rays just get to charge up on these these Tempest and just eat them right up, just like Reach said.
Chomp chomp.
And I think that's gonna probably make Frosticles the short stack here.
Yep. Not too far behind as far as what the Andes are in this game compared to table 1.
No. I mean, he definitely still has time to play and to find it and to pick his spots, but I think especially in this tiebreaker where only one person is going to be basically not losing is winning, right? For all intents and purposes. So
it's a little difficult to get out of that mindset of playing for the win. You definitely want to play just to not lose in this situation where you have 3 people moving on and only one person having to go home.
It's going to be interesting to see, if 2 people wake up with huge hands and they start really betting against each other. If you have that big hand, do you have like the conviction to say, you know what, I'm sure I'm going to do this, or is it just going to be a lot of like tiptoeing the line? Big pot on table 1.
It's almost a question of
quickly to table 1. Sorry to interrupt you. It looks like there's a big pot brewing in table 1 right now.
Oh my goodness! There go the Ravens.
The Ravens are back at it. But these 10 Ravens, I don't think are going to be enough to kill these Queens. However, the siege tanks are starting to get their pot shots in.
Just not enough tanks, I don't think, to be able to do anything to the Queens. They've still got plenty of energy left to heal each other.
Yeah, that's true. And it looks like the Raven count is dwindling. The Queens are getting in there. Concave beating Convex. 10 seconds.
Can they get to the tanks in time? No, they cannot.
They're too slow. That's too bad. All right, we're back. So we're back to that seemed like about that both sides about half their stacking on that pot. So that would have been a big turner. Eden now waking up with seven carriers. Although a 20 wild card for Vendettius might incentivize a call here. Big one, big pot.
Quite a big pot.
So basically playing for half the chips in the game here.
I've got a feeling these carriers are going to come through.
I think so. It looks like the rolls weren't too clean or nice to Vendettius, and the carriers of Etten are really tearing his unit comp apart. Yeah, it's simple as that, really.
Etten just had the perfect unit split. He had the oracles to take care of the ground units, the carriers to put pressure on everything else.
25 Ravens?
But against those 14 ghosts, if he puts the ghosts in front, those Ravens are going to get shut down, and the Liberator should be able to clean up, but he puts the ghosts in back.
But
is it enough? Is it enough? One ghost left.
Wow. That first, oh man, one Raven? The ghost dodged the first Seeker missile too. Oh,
GG,
man.
That is it. Etten moves on for table 4.
So congrats to Etten. See you later today. Real wild stuff there. Really coming down to the wire. All right. So let's jump back to table 1. Get back to our remaining tiebreaker action.
We got a little bit of everything going on here. Some Ravens, some Archons, some Marauders, a little Broodlord, and some wild card just to tip off anything else that we didn't get.
Yeah, and it looks like Kira's using the opportunity of the Broodlords to maybe push the table in, and Driss now on the 10 Ravens saying, you want to play? Let's play.
How is Frosticles going to react with the 1 Phoenix and 24 wild cards? This is a rough spot. I don't like playing just pure wild card without anything to back it up. I would personally try to find the fold here. But 24 wild cards, man, that's a good looking card.
That is a lot of wild cards. But yeah, you kind of whiffing with that 1 Phoenix is tough. All right, let's see. The Seeker missiles are coming in, and say goodbye to all your Marauders. And
do we have another round for the Broodlords?
Oh, no, stop. The Broodlords just keep running forward. Eating these. Yeah, that's that then. Boom. Nice one, Driss. Driss really sitting near the top. With almost like
there's almost a question of how much is enough to just sit out.
I know, and it's. I mean, I guess that's what it comes down to. If you're someone like Driss, is do I just sit out, or do I start like trying to force an ending on someone else? Especially if I wake up with the hand. Yeah. Although I guess if you have a speculative hand, you're not playing when you have that many chips. It's like at this point.
No, not with a marginal hand, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's never to your
Yeah.
benefit to actually sit out at the poker table.
No, for sure. But this is so many Banelings, but they're all going to run into this Ultra combo. But they're hitting a lot of them, and 91 Banelings, not enough. Wow, 91 Banelings, not enough to take out these Ultras. But Lurkers are.
Lurkers are enough to clean it up.
Some good backup. The suited Baneling Lurker combo getting the job done. It's a nice pickup there.
We have Kira with 22 Hydralisks, 18 Queens for Frostocles.
Yeah, Kira was all in there, so that was a needed win. And now Kira is back near the top of the. Kira's in second in the chip stack, and Reach and Frostocles are the ones kind of fighting for their lives here. All right, Frostocles waking up with 11 Archons, though. That's critical mass of Archons.
Definitely going to do some damage against anything else that's on the board right now. It's just going to be a matter of how he wants to play it against this 15 chip raise from Driss.
It's interesting. So he knows he's up against the. Yeah, that's the thing. Driss with that large stack can kind of bully these short stacks around and say, you better be really sure if you want to win this pot, because I'm here and I'm not going away. So Kira, same idea with the decent amount of Archons, does pick up the antes there. Solidifying her position a bit further.
This looks like one of the pots where the first person to bet's going to take it down.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, no.
You got to imagine 20 plus Dark Templars is enough for Kira to maybe make that bet.
Yeah, and Frostocles with his 20 mutas, I'd be looking to make a play with that. Especially with the Zerg 2-2 on the board.
So does Kira just let Frostocles have this, or does she?
No, not would
make
you
the call and get the chat. Yeah, not that many DTs, right?
At the very least, you're calling with the DTs. With Frostocles in the position that he's in, I kind of like a re-raise. You want to put pressure on the small stack and really make sure that he's here to play when he's making those small raises like that. A small raise may just be a little bit of a lack of confidence.
Reach made the call too, but is going to have a little bit of trouble as he has all units against these Liberators. All air units against these Liberators, excuse me. And yeah.
Beyond is in dire straits.
As being highlighted by our observer, Reach is the short stack now, and is going to be forced to be making some plays here with 8 chip antes. He's only got 3 antes left.
Reach Beyond not going to be making a play with his 3 Stalkers and 3 Corruptors this time. Let's hope for something a little bit better for his next hand. Unless it checks to him. No, okay, Driss isn't going to let that happen.
I was going to say Reach might get baited into trying to steal the antes there and run right into this Ultralist comp for Frostocles, but
I mean, stealing the antes at this point for Reach would be a double up.
Exactly, which would have been huge. You know, that's why. I agreed. If he got checked to there, he might have felt the need to say, you know what, I can do this. This could be it. I can grab it. Reach with only the 1 carrier.
With 1 carrier up against 10 Tempests and 25 Vikings.
I think that's. I'll say if I have the only real letdown moments I have playing this game is when you get that unit like the carrier finally, and you're like yes, and then you see there's 1.
Yeah. It's the biggest letdown.
I was so
close.
Hardest thing. We were this close to greatness. I was almost there.
This is going to be an interesting fight. Driss picking up the Corruptors. Kira still on the 25 Vikings with 10 Widowmines now. And Frostocles is having just enough Liberators to come in and do some damage to somebody. Probably not going to win, but he's going to make somebody's day just not fun.
I love this bet from Driss. Because this is now saying, okay, I'm willing to put up all my chips. Are you guys willing to just lose right here?
Yeah.
Or are you just gonna let me coast to the win?
And
Yeah,
you have to remember that both of his opponents have this in mind that Reach is down to 10 chips now.
Exactly. But Reach does get a nice Marauder account. Not too, not exactly a premium unit in this game, but 20 of Marauders. Oh, we're really hoping
to
for
go
something
with
better
something.
than 2 Hellbats though to go with it.
And the problem that if he doesn't go with this hand is that he's left with 2 chips left. So even if he wins the next hand, the most he can walk away with is 8. So he would need to win 2 hands consecutively with completely random hands just to be able to have a shot at getting back into this game with having an action besides all in.
Yep. And it looks like he did fold, so this is a hand between Frostocles and Kira. We are once again seeing the power of the Hunter Seeker missile.
Oh no!
Also,
yeah,
the double-edged sword that is the Hunter Seeker missile. Oh man, Frostocles picking up a big pot, getting not ahead of Kira, but putting himself in a pretty comfortable position.
Reach is forced all in with 9 siege tanks.
And this is when the rest of the table can kind of bully you and just check you out. Let's see. Do you have what it takes to beat our 3 hands?
Those
really,
cold rewards are going to be a problem.
It's going to come down to, I think, like what mini fights happen.
I think those Broodlords are going to be a problem for Reach.
Yeah, especially with the. So unfortunately, he gets all of the Zerglings on top of his tanks almost immediately. And it looks like the Tempests are coming down and taking out his Hydras. Well, it's going to be Broodlords and Tempests versus Siege tanks, but the Tempests have switched their focus to these Broodlords. There it is.
That's it. Reach is out.
Reach is out. Congrats, Driss. Congrats, Frostocles. Congrats, Kira. Best of luck in the final seed for you, Reach. Reach put up a strong effort today, and a strong effort yesterday to even get to this tiebreaker.
Yeah, you gotta remember a 4-way tie that we had at table 2. Man, that's kind of nuts.
Alright, so congrats again, Driss, Frostocles, Kira. GG to all. I don't know, maybe they'll just play this out for a little bit of practice since we got 45 minutes till the semis. But if not, congrats to them again. I think we'll be right back. Or we'll be back at, I think, 8:30, right? That's when the semifinals are starting.
We'll be back in about 45 minutes.
So thank you all for joining the quick tiebreaker stream. Best of luck to all of our competitors, and we'll see you shortly. All right, so jumping into the games, I think we have our refreshed list was just on the screen before we jumped into here. But is there anyone we're looking out for right now?
Depends on which table we're going to be looking at. So let's take a second to load in.
So I think we're also seeing in the bottom right hand here, or we will be pulling up the feature where we can look at both tables simultaneously. So that's going to make for some interesting action as we go through the different works. Basically, as we go through the game, the table we're looking at, we'll be able to follow along with the other table, see if there's any big chip movements as we're going.
There we go. We got it up.
So let's see what the first hand has in store for us on table 2.
Well, Ruark already starting things off strong with 23 Ravens raising to 4. Fancy Hippo coming along with his 22 wild cards. Not a whole lot else going on. Frostocles may decide to play the 88 Banelings. I wouldn't recommend it in a multi-way pot. Rokas with 7 Archons. Probably not enough to come along either.
No, yeah, it's funny having just casted the tiebreakers with smaller player counts, seeing like amazing hands now that actually get to play the 8-player hands is always very, very interesting.
Ruark with a huge raise, trying to get some money out of these Ravens, especially with the 25 Mutalisks behind. The problem is that the Mutalisks are so short range, they may get blown up by those Raven shots.
Yeah, here they come. Hunter Seekers just absolutely decimating the mutas, but I don't think it matters. 22 is too many Ravens.
Oh, and we had Fancy Hippo telling terrible dad jokes in chat. I love it.
Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, man.
Quite the hand to start things off. So we have Ruark with 20 High Templar, Frostocles with 23 Hellbats, Fancy Hippo now with 9 Dark Templar, and Clockwork with 6 Carriers.
Yeah, so it's looking like, I mean, we're gonna definitely see Fancy Hippo. You gotta think they're staying in with those Templars.
Well, with only 9, you want to play them a little bit more defensively. They're easier to get called out by, say, Infestors than a larger count of DTs. So, not something you really want to play like super duper aggressively, only having 9 of them, especially at a full table like this.
Right. All right. Well, I mean, you think, but it looks like, all right, we're down to what, our High Templars, our Dark Templars, and we got our carriers in here. So, getting some calls. What are we thinking for?
And Fancy Hippo folds the Dark Templars.
Wow, that's a
Discipline
bit of a
laydown.
bold move. Yeah.
In this situation, it was the correct move since the High Templars can storm the Dark Templars. But yeah, that's definitely a discipline laydown by Fancy Hippo, recognizing that he really didn't have that much invested in the pot. The antes are still small. It's not really worth risking it for these bigger bets coming out. Clockwork debating what to do. He's really only playing the 6 carriers. The 5 Colossi not going to have a whole lot of effect on the hand. Actually, I take that. But in this instance, it's going to have a pretty big effect on the hand. But usually, the Colossi are simply not going to do a whole lot. Oh, and look at the size of this pot. Clockwork must have. Did he shove all in? I must have missed it.
Yeah, basically all in. I think he's down to 8 gold.
He's down to 8 gold. Whew.
Really, wow. And Ruar calling with. I don't know, it seemed kind of a speculative hand there with the mines. I guess the mines, that big burst up front is always pretty strong, but running into those Colossi has got to feel pretty bad for Ruark there.
Absolutely. Oh, goodness. So Fancy Hippo now with the DTs once again, but with a better count, holding 25 of them, decides to raise it this time. Frostocles calls with his 18 or 16 ghosts. So that should be more than enough to shut down the Dark Templar.
Yeah, the ghosts here, the EMPs, are going to be doing a pretty good job of taking down these Templar.
We have 20 queens in the back for Clockwork as well. Ghosts might be getting spread a little bit thin now with all their targets. We do have Frostocles opening up with 2 battle cruisers for a second card. With the Terran 2/2 and being suited, he's now 3/3, which may help him deal with those 3 Phoenix and the Vikings coming through just a little bit.
Yep, totally agree. And it looks like we're 3-handed here. Stalkers coming forward, the Dark Templar being made scarce quickly, and these ghosts really getting their damage in. Vikings coming down, or we're coming down? Our landing?
Because of the DTs. Remember, Vikings will not land near DTs.
There you go. So the 4 DTs preventing the Viking landing. And making an interesting a Ghost versus Stalker battle here.
Yeah, and now the Vikings are just going to stay in the air while the Stalkers slowly eat them away. Oh, is it going to have enough time? Clockwork might pull off a split pot here.
Yeah, looking like the split pot pulled off. The Vikings able to fly away from all too much danger. And now we got new hand coming in. This one looks like it's got a big Raven count for Frostocles.
18 Ravens for Frostocles, 15 Cyclones for Ruart, 22 Stalkers for Pone Ranger, 15 Ghosts for Fancy Hippo, and 17 DTs for Rokas. Plenty of legitimate hands to start with right here.
Yeah, and you see the big raise coming in from Frostocles. He's going to put the pressure on the table.
I still don't like these gigantic raises that are coming out sometimes in the lower ante rounds. You're risking so much to earn so little. It's really not worth it.
Yeah, well, I think that big raise is going to basically set the stage here, as we only got one caller in Rokas, or one potential caller in Rokas.
He's going to be feeling the pain if he calls with those 17 DTs, which he does. However, if you remember watching those Ravens in the tiebreakers, the Ultralisks were, I believe, what ran under them to make them blow themselves up?
Yes, sir. Those Ultralisks came in hot and really got their day room there.
Maybe down for a repeat here.
Yeah, here it comes.
No, not so much.
No, not this time. Looks like the Ravens successfully kited away from their own Hunter-Seeker missiles. And are now pulling in that pot for Frostocles. 88 gold coming in.
We have Protoss 3-3 on the board right now. Vendettius with 5 Archons. Not really enough to be playable, but it might look good with the 3-3. Not a whole lot else on the board to take advantage of the upgrades this time around.
No, yeah, not much there. And really kind of relatively middling hands for everyone this time around.
Those 15 siege tanks are going to do some damage if they come through. And TLJ opening up with some Liberators as well on top, picking up that 1/1 suited bonus.
Absolutely, and these Liberators are going to really bring the heat with their the circles on the Infestors, perhaps, but that's just too many fungals, I think.
I don't think the Fungals are going to do quite enough damage. It's the Infested Terrans we're worried about, and the Siege Tank should make short work of those.
Yeah, you're totally correct. It's all gone south for Pone Ranger. TLJ picking up a big pot with that Terran army.
Nice hand by Pone Ranger. Another hand with not a whole lot going on. Frostocles hopping up here with 12 Void Rays, 38 Marines for Ruark, maybe 19 High Templar for TLJ.
Yeah, again, a lot of middling hands here, so maybe we'll see an early raise, or some, like you said, I think a couple of times, the first person to bet is going to win this hand.
Well, Ruark comes along with his Marines to Frostocles' bet. That should be the only two I think we're going to see in this hand. Oh, and Ruark picks up a great hand, 14 Liberators to go with his Marines. Frostocles, 8 Cyclones, not quite as good. But, I mean, 12 Void Rays are pretty scary.
Yeah, that's a lot of Void Rays. Although, yeah, I think as our observers pointing out, we got Marines pretty good against Void Rays in general, but maybe not good enough. Yeah, the upgrade might be just enough to get through these. Oh man, these Liberators. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
So many of those Void Rays exploded at one time. I thought he had surrendered, and I had to look in the chat box. And I was like, "Where's the surrender?"
That was pretty dangerous looking, right? That looked like those Void Rays blew up in like a hot second. That was really bad.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, rest in peace to those Void Rays. Their sacrifice will not be forgotten. So let's see. Yeah, see, even TLJ knew the suited really made the difference there. So let's see.
Marines are always one of those units that I've said benefits quite a bit from those upgrades.
Absolutely, yeah. And TLJ is going to be our TLJ and Vendetti is going to be our two players here. TLJ with that nice critical queen count, but looks like might be running into a tough Protoss army of air units that are going to make the queens pretty ineffective.
We'll see. Those phoenixes are going to have to burst down the queens that they lift up. Otherwise, the queens are going to be able to heal each other back up to full, and they're just going to kind of be floating around, not doing a whole lot. Kind of like how we're watching. Well, there it goes.
Yeah, I think these Tempests need to start hitting the queens rather than the zealots out here, and I think they are. Yeah, he might maybe survive. I don't think so.
We have 3 queens, 6 zealots left.
10
I don't
seconds?
know. 10
10
seconds.
seconds?
No, I think he's going to live. It should be a split pot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Just a couple of zealots get by. It looked like he got through all the queens, but those 6, like 4 or so of those zealots were still up and got the split pot.
That's the unfortunate downfall of the Tempest. It's a great unit against those big capital ships, things like battle cruisers, carriers, and it does well staying back, but that's all it can really do. If you're not up against the capital ships, it doesn't have the DPS output to really kill like large groups of small units.
Yeah, it's those big shots, and it's something you see a lot in this game. You either have a unit that's great at killing other big units, or great at killing lots of small units. So when you get a unit like the Tempest, you really get no chance to kill all those small units. This one looks like we're gonna have a split pot here, as those 21 DTs are gonna wave their blades in anger at the Void Rays above them.
What's the meme? Old man shakes fist at sky.
Yeah, for sure. Old Dark Templar shakes hand blade at Void Ray. Just doing a quick look at table 1. Looks like we have a couple players kind of low on gold right now. Kira already down to a low stack, although right now in this pot with a Queen Rochan.
Yeah, Kira's playing those 19 queens, desperately hoping that they're going to be able to hold on for at least half the pot. Sylvanas coming along with the 4 Thors and 10 Tempests might be a problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jam with the mines. But those queens are going to be in the back, so the mines aren't going to get there.
Yeah, the mines might kill the roaches, but looks like queens will be taking... Oh, got a couple shots off on the queens. It looks like this is going to be a... Can they get through the swarm hosts, though, is going to be the real question, I think.
Yeah, the swarm hosts are going to be the real question going into the queens. I don't think the swarm hosts locusts are going to be able to live long enough to do significant queen damage. See how they get to the queens, they fight for a few seconds, and then they reset.
Right, so they might... Oh, well... Yeah, you're totally right, but I don't know if the queens can ever even reach the swarm hosts in time.
10 seconds left. I think we're going to be okay. It's going to be a split pot.
Right,
Kira playing those queens to perfection, being able to take down half of a 4-player pot.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically, so it's funny to say, but it's a split pot between 2 players where 4 players had invested most of the money. Therefore, it's like winning a heads-up pot. It's the same.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. And that did push Kira up to 93 chips, no longer the short stack at the table and a much more comfortable position going forward.
We have Bad at early position, raising with his 8 Ultralisks. Metalcore, unfortunately, waking up with 20 DTs. Sylvanas might play the 4 BCs, looks like she does. And Jam with 7 Thors as well. This is going to be quite the hand. Jam all in already with the 7 Thors.
Yeah, I think Jam was pretty low on chips. Probably said, let's do this now. I got my
time to go,
Thor.
Yeah. It's almost a squeeze play. Like, he has the hand to kind of back it up, but you're looking more at the fact that, like, you have a 15 bet 3 times in front of you as well as the antes. You might as well go ahead and shove any card here and just hope to take it down.
Yeah, and I do like that too, because if you're Jam, you say, instead of... Rather than, hoping against Taupe or praying for that second card to go with your Thors, just say, I only want to play people who have good cards already, and nobody else does, let me take these antes. I need them for now.
Oh, Jam picks up the Ravens to save him from the DTs.
Jam just hit the nut, and you got the suited Terran army. This has to be done and done, right?
Yep. Kaboom. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, wait, no, one Thor.
Oh, one Thor lives.
Wow.
One Thor lives.
That was close. Well, I imagine Jam's avatar felt something similar to Jam there when he was celebrating with his horse rearing up. Way too close.
Oh man.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I want to point something out here. This is about the third time I'm saying this. I feel like every game I see Driss playing, he just like jumps out to a huge early lead, and here he is again. Easy chip lead at the table.
Well, I mean, when you're getting the hands and you're betting them aggressively, it's easy to take the lead like this. The real skill comes into when the luck ends and you start getting the more marginal hands, how you can navigate those hands and take down pots you weren't necessarily supposed to win in the first place.
No, for sure. And
Not to take anything away from Driss at all. I think he's playing like a monster.
This is an interesting hand for Driss to play. I think the 100 Baneling comp to this free pot.
Generally with Banelings, you want it to be a heads up. I'm a little surprised that he decided to play here.
One Ultra just destroying these swarm posts, but...
Yeah, the tank's going to take care of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, tank takes care of it. 2 tanks.
I don't know if 2 tanks are enough. They may go down to these locusts here.
Be able to kill off the locusts before they get in.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds? Is that enough time for even another volley?
No, I don't think they're going to get there in time. They're not going to get there in time.
Stay where you are. Okay. The tank is besieging. Oh, no, it's like, no.
That was a tight one. Oh, goodness.
Yeah. That it scared me. I thought the tank was going to go in and just throw the pot for Miss Pooh, but I think Miss Pooh and Kira, they're both picking up split pot.
Another hand with legitimate cards all over the place. Bad with 23 Stalkers, Metalcore with 19 Marauders, Driss with his 10 Tempests, 15 Swarm Hosts for Sylvanas, and 23 Ravens for Jam.
I mean, that Raven count, if I'm Jam...
You're just licking your lips.
Yeah.
You're like, how much money can I get in this pot and how fast?
Yeah. Oh, look at all these people racing in front of me too. I'm like doing it.
He just min raises.
Oof, that's a bit of a strange race. Well, maybe he's thinking maybe he's trying to milk this. We'll see.
Trying to give him the old rope-a-dope line.
Yeah, there's you got 3 people who already called the
Bad has gone all in with his Stalkers. Oh no, he's not going to be happy. He's going to get some bad news here.
Bad with news. I mean, this is tough because Driss with the big stack and 10 Tempests, he's in.
Well, the problem is that those 10 Tempests are going to hang back. They're not going to get hit by those Ravens nearly as much until the Ravens take everything else out on the field.
I think Sylvanas found a good fold there.
Yes, absolutely. Sylvanas found the right fold.
And well, Driss picks up a nice oh wow. So I think Driss picked up a nice medevac, or not medevac, what do you call those things?
Widowmine.
Yeah. This is a really interesting hand. I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. Huge mind volley coming out to start.
Big mind volley. Oh my goodness. All those Raven shots went the wrong way.
So that's way too many Ravens. But now this Thor, these Ravens are starting to get, peppered down. If they can't get another volley of shouts out, this Tempest count might just be too much.
The Tempests are going to take it down here, and that's going to be our first casualty at table 1.
Yeah, it sure looks like it, unless we have some 4 miraculous Stalkers here. Yeah, it's just critical mass of Tempest and a 3-person hand. You get to sit in the back. You don't get hit by those Raven shots. You don't get hit by those Widowmine shots. You get to just output your DPS. The turn. the slow Viking turn of death to take out bad at games.
I can just imagine like old 80s style like mech movie sounds like
It's like Pacific Rim over here. Oh man. Alright, well, down to 8 here. Or down to 7 here, excuse me. I think this might be a good time to switch our focus back to table 1. Because we're starting to see a couple of short stacks over there that might be hitting some trouble. So over table 1 looks like
we hop over right into the middle of another Raven hand.
Yeah. This time it's Vendettius, just really banking on 14 Ravens since his one Marauder is just getting out there trying his darndest. Actually, that one Marauder is going to help take down that Thor. But now we're down to 11 Ravens versus 8 Cattle Bruisers.
Cattle Bruisers.
And Fancy Hippo asking the important questions.
Hippo's always got just a wonderful personality. Like he's always making jokes, just having a good time.
And I think, I mean, Hippo, don't be so down on yourself. You're still ahead of Ruark right now, right? Yeah, 23 obviously very low, but you're not the short stack. You might get 7.
Let's see here. We have Pone Ranger with 22 Mutalisk, Clockwork with 5 Ravens, and Rokus with 25 Vikings. The only real viable hands we have here.
Maybe Fancy Hippo thinking of some good ideas in chat on extra prizes before we get into this hand. Skin requests from our developer Skelly Jelly. All right, so back to the hand. We got 3 callers. We got the Viking count. We got the wild cards, the wild card liberator hand, which is gonna be pretty nice.
Oh, can't complain about that.
And the suited Viking Widowmine shots. Let's see. This one's gonna be real close, I think. See if these Widowmines can get off here. Oh.
Oh wow.
Well, the Liberator's still doing a pretty good job at tearing through the Vikings, however. Yeah, and is that 2 battle cruisers from the
2 battle cruisers out of 5? Or no, how many did he roll?
Oh, it might have had more in the beginning.
9 wild cards.
9.
Still, out of 9 wild cards, getting 2 cattle bruisers, that's not a bad roll at all.
Yeah, no, pretty nice. Must be nice. Why don't I ever get this luck?
Right? We have Ruark here with 21 Queens, Pone Ranger with 24 Hellbats, Fancy Hippo with 5 Thors.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta like the Queen count here. We know that high Queen count is gonna be one that can really, really sustain a long battle. 5 Thors also looking pretty good. I'm becoming more and more impressed with Thors every time I watch them in this game. I just think you really get to see how Thors can really do a lot of damage, especially to the clumped up air units. That said, and Hippo is all in on these Thors. Quick call from Ruark's Queens.
And as we remember, the Thors can't actually cut through the Queens pretty easily, so it's going to come down to second cards. Unfortunately, those 9 Marines not going to be a whole lot of help.
Yeah, 9 Marines not doing great here. Does give us, gives a suited bonus to the Thors, but I don't think that's going to be enough. And
it may give them a little bit of armor so that they can survive this Queen onslaught. It may be enough to give them a tie instead of a loss.
Well, that rolling those Marines were unfortunate.
Yeah.
Down to 2 Thors, 1, Hippo's gone.
And if we can take a quick
Hippo.
look at the other table quickly, there is we just missed a big all-in.
I think we're on table 4. We should go to table 1.
There we are.
There it is. Yeah, there was a lot of zeros on the screen.
Yeah.
So, maybe a big split pot here. We do have Jim and Miss Pooh all in currently. Just on the blinds, it looks like.
Sylvanas with 4 chips left, not going to really want to go in with those 4 oracles.
Yeah, I mean, again, and I think, like I said before, Driss just really with the commanding lead at this table.
Wrecking it. Over half the money in the game with 7 players left. That is insane.
That's, I mean, that's got to be the position you want to be in, you know?
Oh, absolutely. It's smooth sailing from here. You can cruise control to the rest of the table.
Oh, call for Matin on these two all-ins. All right, we got a four-man pot. And yep, looking like the mothership. I like the mothership wild card hand. You have no idea what's on. I can't even tell you what's on.
Yeah, we have no idea what's underneath.
Legitimately no clue. Okay, there it is. Thor. And actually, that Thor is that Thor enough?
Or does it? Yeah, the wild cards take it down.
You know what? I thought those were the other Void Rays from the other person who rolled Void Rays, but it was hard to tell with you couldn't see which units were there, which weren't. So that's Mispu out in 7th, and now Sylvanas all in blind. Congrats to Jam, who was also all in that last pot, who was able to pick up that hand. Now it's Sylvanas on the ropes.
Yeah, picking up the 7 siege tanks going to be a little bit better than the 4 oracles that she had, but still 5 queens on her second card. Not really going to be enough to take anything down.
Yeah, it's looking like this one's going to be a bit troublesome for Sylvanas, especially with all the other players deciding that they want a piece of the action here.
Yeah, Eden did pick up 19 ghosts, about the only true power card in this collection here.
And Eden's last to act, so maybe we'll see some sparks once it gets to his betting round. Or maybe Driss is seeing if he can... I think Driss with a long think on his 1 DT, seeing if he can buy this spot. Will Eden let it go, or will Eden push here? Yeah, there it is.
Makes the bet. Yep, good bet. This should be folds all around, I believe.
I mean, Colossi, I feel like maybe not a tier 1 unit, but like 1.5, like kind of underneath the S tier. And then that ghost count is just too many.
Yeah.
Yep, folds all around.
The problem with Colossi is that they're too vulnerable. They do great DPS, but when you die to anything that hits you in the ground or in the air, and especially against units that have a choice of either one and you get hit with the worst one of the two, they just die so easily.
Exactly, yeah. So, and I think, but you back that up with that large ghost count, you gotta like your chances.
Yeah, definitely helps.
So over here, I think this table, it's interesting. Table 2, if you look at the gold amounts, lots of parity, right? Everyone over 125. There's 6 players left, and all of them have at least more than their starting stack, which is really showing just how close the game is over there.
Absolutely.
Big pot win there from TLJ to push them to the top. Over here, however, we see the more of a monarchy.
Driss running away with everything.
Yeah, it's Driss's world on table 1, and everyone else is just playing in it.
Oh no. Well, we have Eden with the 5 ravens again. Chris with 11 liberators. It's really about all we have to talk about on this table. Metalcore comes along with his Colossi. We just finished talking about those. I'm not a big fan, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and although... Oh, no.
And the mothership catches the Thors in the wrong firing mode as well. They switch over to their area of effect firing mode when they saw the liberators. Then the mothership comes up to cloak them. Not so good.
Oh man, that was just like perfect. That was almost like a
big pot on table 2 right now.
All right, big pot on table 2. If we can switch over quickly, it's looking like we got 250 in here for Vendettas and Clockwork. Oh well, I mean, we've said it once. We'll say as many times as we need to.
Ravens.
It's too much. It's too much. Vendettas takes the easy chip lead from that, and now it's not Clockwork to a point We were just saying how close everything was in this table, and Clockwork's now just sitting with like one. Was that one ante
One
left?
bet. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. I mean, for all intents and purposes, yeah. Although Clockwork's sitting out of this one, and we're getting a Infestor versus High Templar caster battle. Oh no!
Yeah,
No,
I was
stop
gonna say
storming!
all those storms just
No,
stacking on top of
no!
all the infested Terrans.
And now the queens are gonna slowly make their way through. Yep. Fungals,
Oh no,
more
look at
Terrans. They're
that.
storming themselves!
Storming themselves with the infested Terrans right on
And
top of them.
And they couldn't even kite because of the fungal. Oh no.
What a counter.
that went poorly.
Indeed.
So nice pickup for Frosticles there. That'll get Frosticles up into the upper echelon of the table, with Vendettius still at the top. All right, I mean this is it for Clockwork, right?
I mean, you gotta go with it. You can't leave yourself with 2 chips with the top lines this high already.
2 chips is basically no chips, so might as well at least get some value for the 14 you have, and who knows, maybe you'll get a great second card, because I don't think those 12 roaches are cutting it. I think a big hand over at table 1 with a couple all-ins as well.
Yep, absolutely.
That
Kira and Jam all in.
We flashed too quickly, I think. So let's maybe see this and see if we can hop back right when this is done. It's looking like Driss and Jam are splitting. Yeah, Kira's out. Driss and Jam are splitting this pot. So Kira out in 5th on table 1. Maybe we can hop back to table 2 now since there's not much action here. We got Vendettius' Reaper's going down fast, but these 7 battle cruisers against Immortals. Never mind.
Yeah.
So much for that. So much for that. I didn't even think it was an immortal. Of course, an immortal roach comp has no chance against battle cruisers.
Those Immortals still just haven't figured out what hinges are to be able to shoot up.
Yeah. That's Clockwork out in 6th. Yep. Oh, actually, quick flashback to table 1 if possible. I think I might have been wrong about Kira being out.
Huh? Yeah, she got a rebate because Jam won part of the pot with so few tips.
So it looks like Kira is still alive. So my apologies. And yeah, I guess that's how it went down, since Jam seems to still be the small stack at the table. Although out of this hand, I think Kira going all in front of him, and he thought maybe I can just improve my placing a little bit by surviving on my last 6 chips.
Well, unfortunately for Kira, it's not going to work out here. Those Ravens are going to take out the Banshees, no problem.
Yeah. Ooh.
Boom. GG.
Great passing by the Ravens. So, this time for sure. But we have to watch it. There
Boom.
it is, Kira's out. Okay, so Jam with his life on the line just rolls a casual 10 Tempests.
That's cool, no big deal. We're all in. Just roll 10 capital ships.
Yep, so for those who aren't aware of the table talk currently on table 1, we are using the same format as yesterday. So yesterday we did 2 games of 4 tables where the top 4 players after the 2 games advanced based on points accumulated in the games, which were accumulated for finishes. Same thing today. We'll have top 4. Oh no, Vikings, get back up. We'll have the top 4 from each of these 2 tables after 2 games advance to 1 final table.
And the final table, instead of being like 2 rounds at standard arcade rules, is going to be a single round starting with 300 gold. So we'll get a little bit of a deep stack action going on for a final table.
Yep, and so that we'll be seeing a bit more of a chance to really play around with betting and picking spots. That said, Jam finally met his maker, down to 4th. A quick no scope from Metton's Ghost, taking him down. All right, so we got 3 left at table 1. Driss still running the show. Etten and Metalcore.
Chris going to lose some chips here to Metalcore if Metalcore takes a shot, which he does.
I think so. Metalcore all in here and going to enjoy a nice double up.
Well, we say that, but there's not a whole lot of DTs, and there's quite a bit of locusts on the field. So the DTs might get caught up by the locusts. Just kind of chill out in the middle and fight them.
So maybe not a double up. Maybe just a chop
Pop
pot.
up the vines.
Yeah. Yeah, these DTs getting distracted by the locusts and forgetting the real issue here. Yeah, okay, so not enough time for the DTs to take out the Storm Host.
Unfortunately not.
Yep, so Metalcore will stay back. Well, stay in. Still has an okay stack.
We have some wild cards against some ghosts this time around. Be interesting to see how this plays out.
Metalcore ducks out of the way quickly. Yeah, I think Driz
And
and
the
Eden are both going to be
re-raise.
interested in playing this hand. If I'm hitting, I might go all in.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
there it is. Eden pushes
Oh, wow. And the insta-call.
The insta-call.
Eden picking up the 4 Thors, Chris with the 7 Liberators.
This is going to be interesting. Oh, that's some good rolls.
That's some really good rolls. Oh,
That's some
no.
real good rolls. Man, oh no. Those ghosts are just getting annihilated. Yeah.
And there go the Thors. GG.
Yeah, seeing like a couple Ultras, the Colossus. These are exactly the kinds of units you want against ghosts.
Yeah.
That was a shame to see. Alright, well, GG Etten out in third.
And we now have over a 9-1 chip lead for Driss going into Metalcore.
Why don't we hop over to table 2? There's definitely a lot of action there. Table 1's looking pretty close to done there.
Alright, table 2. Seeing a couple capital ships here, but no real massive amounts of them.
Russell Cleese with his 3 carriers. I mean, that's still absolutely playable at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and he made a nice raise, knocked out a couple players, but Pawn Ranger rolling into the Raven count might like his chances here. And he's in on it.
Just not enough Ravens to take out those capital ships.
Oh man. That's some big damage on those air volleys. Yeah, and I mean these adepts are gonna be quick work. Yeah, surrender from Pawn Ranger. Again, for people who might be new to the game, that surrender mechanic is if you are heads up with another player, you may type in surrender into chat, and it basically instant kills all your units. A good way to save time if you see the writing on the wall.
And we see here Vendettius with 23 Infestors going up against TLJ's 20 High Templar and 43 Marines. He smartly puts the Marines in the back so they don't take the full brunt of all of the fungals. But unfortunately, those High Templars are so slow, they all just kind of bunch together.
Yeah, TLG saying the worst word he knows. TLJ, I should say. In chat, he's got to watch his potty mouth. But no, you saw the clumping there into the double spellcaster comp of AoE damage was not in TLJ's favor at all.
No.
And now TLJ all in blind, it appears. Yeah.
Well. Oh, and he only draws the 1 Archon. Ooh.
So TLJ really hoping against hope here that he's able to survive this, but feels like Ruark's got the hand to beat.
Definitely, with the 14 Liberators and a few Infestors to kind of back it up, he's definitely got the hand on the table right now.
Yeah,
interesting thing to note, we're at 5 players left, and we're coming up on an hour of in-game time. This table's definitely been running a little bit more conservatively, I'd say.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah, I think you even see it with Table 1. We're already at heads up and might have a winner crowned shortly. So definitely you could see that this table is just being a bit more conservative than most. But that is TLJ out in 5th. Maybe quickly go to Table 1. Looks like we might have... oh, no. Oh, a big pot win for Metalcore over at Table 1.
Table 1, Metalcore maybe making a comeback. Did we have a pause on Table 1, maybe? All right, yeah, it looks like everyone is paused at the moment.
All right, so with table 1 paused, table 2 still going on. Pawn Ranger got his ultras here, but those are going to be made surplus to requirements quickly. Yeah, I mean, how do you beat a Liberator?
It's tough.
They rain fire. Dang. Like, you can't do mass ground units. You can't do mass air units.
Capital ships.
It's capital ship. It's probably
they don't do enough single target damage to be able to. They don't do enough air single target damage to be able to take down like lots of carriers, lots of battle cruisers. Unfortunately, they do 85 damage a shot to ground targets. So if Thors do end up in their circle, the Thors are just going to get ripped apart. But if the Thors can stay off to the side, then yeah, their AOE can take care of the Liberators.
Yeah, and I think Pawn Ranger himself's going to be asking similar questions after seeing those Liberators take him out of this tournament in 4th place. Like I think he was liberated of his chance of winning this round.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I had to do one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not proud.
We got one.
I won't do it
it's
again.
Okay.
That's it. We're done. We're done. All right, Vendettius. Vendettius all in with his Protoss hand and picks up the pot.
Frostocles gonna have to pick a hand to go with here soon.
Yeah, Frostocles has got his back on the ropes now. Oh no, and Vendettius is 14 Ravens. Yeah, Vendettius picking up more antes. Big hand over at table 1. Looks like we got the all-in.
The one for Frostocles. Yep, Frostocles brazen it up. Not quite all in, but effectively.
Yeah,
and he takes it down.
Call. I'm not sure if we have table 1 up, but there was just a big all-in, and it looks like Metalcore
Metalcore in the lead now.
Just took the chip lead away from Driss. A nice Ghost Phoenix comp. And there it is. I mean, it's still a game. It's still a game. Driss is a shorter stack now, but he's one good hand away from being the large, from taking the lead back.
Driss with about 10 bets, still a little bit of time to play.
Race from Metalcore. Yeah, let's say with the opening cards for both these players, I wasn't shocked to see some quick all-in action here.
These Archons are probably going to do some work. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the Archon Void Ray comp has got to be exactly what you want to see if you're Driss.
Oh, this Void Ray is doing so much work.
Yeah, Void Ray is already taking down the Corruptors. Archons don't even need the Void Rays back up to win this fight against the Tempest, but they'll take it. And I mean that's now 700 plus to Driss.
This has been an awfully swingy game.
Yeah, I'd say the pendulum just swings right back into his favor. Oh. And now and I think this is really where you make your money as a battle poker player. When both players kind of get medium cards, who's the one who can push the other one off?
Exactly.
But then both get great second cards, and here we go. Another all-in.
Oh man.
This time it's Metalcore all-in on his capital ship comp. And I mean, Fungals are great, but not that great.
Not against massive targets, they're not.
No, they're just slowly getting there. The 3/3 Zergs are living, as being pointed out. This is closer than I thought.
This is
maybe this Muta is this Muta?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
No, right. 10 seconds.
No
maybe
way.
They can survive. Do they live though?
They live. I think they live, but
that's wild that this is even a chop.
Oh my goodness!
Wow!
The
upgrades really pulling through.
Upgrades, man.
Yeah.
They're good.
Upgrades, my dudes. All right. Well,
we have another big pot brewing already, and really not a whole lot of units to account for it.
And both players check the second card when they realize that they don't really have all that strong of a hand. That said, Driss with his AoE comp, really loving his chances against that bio, the Terran bio that Metalcore put out, and really just shut that down quick. Oh, here we go.
Well, this might be the hand.
Insta all in, insta call. This is it. And I mean, I guess how are the scores doing?
25 High Templar to deal with those Liberators. I think they're going to be okay. I might be wrong, though. Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
We've got to take these Liberators
So much
out,
storm. Right? So much storm. And that's it.
That's it. Templars.
Dritz is the winner.
Well, Dritz had the lead early on. We thought no way he could blow this. He gets behind, but never out, and does get that first place for round 1 on table 1. So congrats to Dritz. What's up? And of course, well played by Metalcore. Making that a game at all was pretty spectacular. So both players should have their heads held high going into game 2. So looking at the second table, so many Reapers. As Frosticles comes out with 50 Reapers, but the 10 Broodlords also helping out and might be what's able to push him over the top. Yeah, I mean these Broodlords are really making short work of these ground units. Even Hydra is a thing you would normally like to see against Broodlords, is just having too much trouble dealing with the Locust attacks.
Broodlords are such a surprisingly robust unit because they can protect themselves by spawning those broodlings as they attack.
Broodlings. I was going to say, I called them locusts, but I was like, they're not locusts. Locusts are swarm hosts. So what are those? Broodlings. Yeah, and the broodlings get... the targeting sometimes goes after the broodlings rather than the broodlords themselves, so, it's a nice little shield that they get. I know having to basically focus fire down broodlords in a real game of StarCraft is an annoying micro.
Oh yeah,
an annoying amount of micro that required to kill those units, because your units will just shoot at the broodlings. Yep, big bet there. Vendettius taking the antes.
And he's up to 44 now. Ruark with less than 3 bets left. Frosticles with about 8. Vendettius with 10.
Alright, so 24 Phoenix is going to get an anti-win here. It's looking like Ruark's now on the ropes, and not exactly the hand you want to see when you're on the ropes, but that doesn't stop him from going all in on these Marines.
I love it. You take the shot when you still have the fold equity. He has about a pot-sized bet left, so he's going to go ahead and raise and just see if he can take down the antes.
And he got it. Nice
Good
pick
job
up for Ruark. Yeah, that's much needed. And now we got Siege. We got some units here.
ET's on the board with Frosticles.
I do like that. Everyone's kind of sticking around for this one because everyone's thinking it might be good enough.
He makes a big raise.
That might be enough. Is that going to push Ruark off?
I think that's enough to push Ruark off. You're looking at like half count each of your siege tanks and your Archons, maybe slightly more. I think that's a big enough bet to push him off of this.
He might get sucked in by... Yeah, he's in the tank here. I mean, he might get sucked in by the... Yeah. You got to think, I'm losing it. I'm losing here, and I gotta pull the trigger somewhere. I have 2 pretty okay units, and then you see the 15 Dark Templars, and you just think, oh no.
Yeah.
I hit the wall.
GG Ruark.
GG indeed. Frosticles pretty hyped to get Ruark out of this game and to take his stack for his own, and to basically go in with the the 6-4 chip lead. Going
it's about
the finals here.
Roughly 2-1 once you factor in the antes.
Yep. So.
Oh, those 7 battle cruisers for Vendettius. Let's see how hard he decides to bet them.
Yeah.
Not that hard.
Yeah, I was expecting more of a push there. For the battle cruisers. Interesting. Well, thinking the siege tanks weren't really providing much support against some comps. Although, against this particular comp, yeah, you gotta really like them. And infestors get all their spells out, and they become walking meat bags. Just how quickly can I kill this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it up for the tanks.
All right, we're back to almost even stacks.
Yeah, this is as close as it gets. We got the Lurker versus Swarm Host matchup. And the Swarm Host picking up some Void Rays, but the Lurker's getting
No, and they get the bad news that they can't shoot up.
Yeah. Those Void Rays are just gonna have to make sure they kill everything, and that's how it's gonna be.
I don't think that's going to be an issue. They activate their ability against the armored tanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's one good unit for Void Rays to kill things, or one good unit for Void Ray to shoot at. It's a tank. It's a nice pickup. Congrats on the Congrats Void Rays. Congrats Swarm Hosts. Ooh, that's a large amount of Widow Mines.
That is a large amount of Widow Mines.
Unfortunately, Vendetti is probably not interested in calling any sort of raise here with that.
Probably not so much.
Single giraffe. All right, no. Oh, geez, and it only gets some Zerglings to follow it up. I mean, this is definitely Frosticles' hand to win, whether it's by pushing Vendettius out the bet now or by just taking the showdown.
I mean, he's got such a strong hand, it would make sense for him to put some kind of bet in the pot, which he does go ahead and min raise.
Yeah, that felt like a value min raise. Like he knew he had a pretty strong hand. We'll see what he does if I just double it up. Vendettius now.
Let's here.
Min raising. Ooh. I don't know.
No, I think the Ultras and the Colossi should have it.
Yeah, the Ultras are in a good spot.
Already going in on the Stalkers.
And the Colossi can sit in the back and just AoE.
Yeah.
To help out. I don't know if any of these.
I don't know. Those Ultras are starting to go down.
Wait a second.
Oh.
Awesome micro. Oh, this is real close.
I think he still does. I think the Colossi still win. Yeah.
And they got them. So great job. Ultras were able to just be just tanky enough. The +2/+2 Zerg, I think, coming in big there. Nice win for Vendettius. Oh man, that's 20 Dark Templars for Vendettius.
You gotta wonder if they had the ability to get the money in. Frosticles does have the 10 Archons. There it is.
Frosticles raised and Vendettius said, "Gotcha, all in."
What is Frosticles? I mean, it's not that much more for Frosticles to call.
You've activated Vendettius' trap card. And that's really what it comes down to.
He lets it go. Wow, what a fold. Good job, Frosticles.
I think he saw the writing on the wall there. That was really well done.
I don't know if I can make that fold.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can make that fold.
That's too good of a fold. This is an interesting hand. Where Frosticles, yeah, I agree with that. Frosticles made a big bet to push Vendettius off.
Yep.
And got the Yenny.
Vendettius now with the Broodlords.
Check from Frosticles. Vendettius. Gonna see what the second card is.
Ooh.
Wild card.
Little wild card action coming your way.
So I guess I'm always worried, and especially in heads up. I have a unit that I know is strong, but it doesn't shoot air, right? Or it doesn't hit the ground. It only goes air to air. And then I start to think, okay, do I want this? Is this good enough? What if he has the exact thing that beats me?
The way the math works out, you are very slightly favored to have at least one air unit in your hand by the time you get your second card. So it's not a bad idea to go ahead and play those like Corruptors, play the Phoenix, play the Vikings, because the odds of somebody just having like the one air card for you to be able to cancel out, not too bad.
Yeah, that makes sense, but that's also why I'm nervous if I'm sitting on a strong unit like a Broodlord, that only hits ground units. That's where I get nervous that the air unit, if my opponent does flip over that air unit, what am I going to do? And that said, that's usually why with a unit like the Broodlord, I'm thinking maybe I'll wait till I see my second card before I start, jamming the pot.
And we've got a big hand here, everybody all in. Vendetti is still with the 19 Corruptors alive. Frosticles trying to cut him down with the 8 Ghosts. Unfortunately, those Ghosts are out of snipe energy, it seems like, so they're not going to be doing as much damage.
Yeah.
Time expires.
Time expired. Nice flip pot. And I think we're gonna see more of this, more of the little cat and mouse game of heads up here. Isn't interesting? These two units are basically polar opposites. Frosticles getting the big upfront burst versus Vendetti's is long term wear you down, erode your units strategy. And then the 10 Ghosts. I think you got kind of like Vendetti's position here.
Yeah, I
And
think the
makes
Ghost
the
should be
raise.
able to make short work of the Mutalisks.
Yep, he made the raise and he won the pot there. Oh, big
Frosticles down to
battlecruiser
2
pickup.
bets. Oh, wow, look at that.
Big
Frosticles not going to
battlecruiser
have
pickup.
fun.
Yeah. So I think he just 3x
He just-
and said, come get it.
Yeah. Frosticles still having trouble picking up a card. Goes all in. He has 1 Tempest and 1 Mothership. What
The
a
Liberators
terrible
got this.
pickup. Yeah, the Liberators are going to
Yeah.
have a field day with this.
So congrats, Vendettius, as we get to watch his Liberators just do a terrible, terrible damage to this mothership. And then this Tempest in short order.
GG,
Well
well played all around.
Very well played. Frosticles, nice second. Good fight. Vendettius, congrats on the win. Both players picking up their quote-unquote bonus points for their top 2 finish. So they'll both be sitting pretty to qualify for the finals.
Very nice, very nice.
All right, so I think that does it for our action as our observer unceremoniously quits the game that he lost. Defeat. Try harder, Concordia. All right, I think that'll take us to if we have a scoreboard here, or I know we're hopping right back in. I think the plan today, since we know we have 3 rounds to get through, and the last round's even a longer game, is to hop right back into it here to get to our results for the semifinals. So I think that tables are forming up as we speak. So quick run through of the standings. We got table 1, Driss. Driss in first, Kane, and you might have to remind me. Oh, Kane has been
Metalcore.
Right?
Metalcore.
Oh, sorry, Metalcore, of course. Vendetti's is on the table we were just watching. Don't mind me. Driss, Metalcore, Etten, Jam, and then Kira, Sylvanas, Miss Pooh, and Bad at Games on the back half, trying to make up their positions in round 2 or game 2. Table 2, Vendettius, Frosticles, Ruark, Pawn Ranger sitting in the top 4 slots with TLJ, Clockwork, Rokus, and Fancy Hippo coming up, charging in from behind, trying to seize one of those 4 positions. So game 2, we saw game 1, Drix's strategy of betting big, betting early, and getting some wins up front pay dividends. If you're a Driss right now, Bati, are you thinking keep this going, keep that strategy up and running? Because I'm already like I want to get ahead right away, or is this where I say I've got 10 points? We saw last time about 12 was enough for at least a tiebreaker, right?
Yeah.
12 was the minimum you really need. 12 was the maximum you needed to at least force a tiebreaker, and we even saw a player qualify with 8 points. So it's 10. I got 10. All I need is to just cruise through this game.
Yeah, if I'm Driss right now, I'm thinking change it up and coast. Just switch gears, chill out a little bit. Don't reveal too much of your in-game strategy. If you're wanting to play this aggressive style at the last table, just chill out. Switch it up a little bit.
So
Save your tricks for later.
Yeah, so maybe he reels it in a bit and make sure he gets into one of those top 4 slots. That said, is now the time to do it? Because I think there is the other side of that coin is we did see a 4-way tie on 12 points at table 2, right? So,
yeah.
Coming in 7th, 8th isn't going to cut it. you might have to be at least a little aggressive to make sure you're finishing. I think you still want to hit that top half of the table in this game too.
All right. Wait, I'm ready to announce that Game 2 is ready. I believe Game 1 is ready as well. So we are ready to go into our second round of games right now.
All
Let's
right.
hop in. We're getting this game loaded up and getting ready for the semifinals, Game 2 of the Season 1 Battle Poker League tournament. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen here. We had a couple of our top players, our favorite players, go out pretty early in Game 1. So maybe they can make a run at making it to the semis, or making it to the finals with a strong performance in Game 2. I for one am looking at Bad Games who did unfortunately come in last, but is still around and we've seen us be able to take one of these tables no problem.
And just as a side note, Bad Games actually had his wisdom teeth taken out yesterday, so he's recovering from that while playing in this tournament.
I can't even imagine. That's incredible. Whoa. So good on him,
right.
and congrats, and hopefully, get well soon, Bad Games, from all of us here at the production booth.
So we have a couple of good hands starting out here. Sylvanas with 12 Ravens, Chris with 15 Ghosts, Kira with a few Marines here. A couple of Battle Cruisers for Bad Games, but only a couple. We'll see how he plays those.
I just want to call out something because I saw it. I took a quick look at the bottom right hand of the screen. Rokus went all in on hand 1. There was a quick raise and then an all in from Rokus, and he was able to take down the pot before any showdown because nobody was willing to lose on hand 1. I think that's a pretty interesting and aggressive strategy there.
There's been a couple of diamond level players that I've seen making that same play of level 1 of the very first hand. They'll let a couple of people raise and then they just shove all in to shut down the hand. It's just one of those plays that I don't like. It's one of those things where what if your opponent wakes up with 25 Ravens? It's always possible. Like this is not a game where there's like an equivalent of aces in Hold'em, where you just beat everything else by default, or at least you have the huge advantage over everything else by default. If if you decide to make that move with your Ravens and the other person has Ghosts, those Ghosts could shut you down very easily. Every hand in this game has a counter, and it's just a matter of whether or not your opponent has that counter and if they can find the call button.
Well, like you said, these Ghosts that have really made real short work of of Sylvanas' Ravens, but Sylvanas also had the counter to Ghost in their siege tanks and was able to actually barely take that down. So Driss, I guess, betting fast, betting early, and is now the short stack.
It's kind of that high variance, high risk, high reward sort of play. When you push those bets that early, you can be rewarded and end up as a huge chip stack, or you could end up getting punished and just end up as the first out. So,
yeah, absolutely true. And now we're seeing a community hand. Nobody wants to bet that first card.
15 Liberated for Kira, 14 Dark Templar for Sylvanas, 4 Carriers for Bad Games. Even Miss Pooh picking up 13 Vikings might be able to find a play.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think we see a lot of these hands I would consider like above average to strong, but nothing that I would want to be pushing all my chips in an 8-player game.
Yeah, you also have to remember that we just went from looking at short-handed tables to being back at a full 8-handed table again.
Exactly.
The more players that are in the hand, the more the higher tier hand you yourself want to have before entering the pot.
Yep, and it comes down to whether or not who Sylvanas will be splitting this pot with their GTs, and it's looking like the carriers have arrived. Bad Games gonna be the winner there. So Bad Games and Sylvanas, who are already going into the hand 1 and 2, both
very small pot though.
Yeah, make more money in quotation marks.
Very small pot.
A lot of excitement for that 14 gold pot. All right, let's see. Who do we like here? I see a good number of High Templars for Metal Core. A couple Thors, a couple Ultras.
I got my eye on the Thors right now. I think as long as those 11 Immortals don't come along, the Thors should have a good shot.
Thors get suited, but only pick up a Marauder, which might be a decent unit to pair with those Thors.
Well, looking specifically at this situation, the only other air units are Tempest and Mutalisks. Oh, I'm sorry, I see the Vikings now too. Oh, and there's the battle cruisers. Yeah, so there goes my entire point that I was about to make.
I actually almost wanted to see the check around there because I don't think I've seen a true 8-person hand in the tournament yet.
Oh, it's ridiculous when it happens.
just a mass carnage on the screen,
Just buckle up and hold on. Give it 30 seconds and you might be able to tell who's winning.
Well, we did have a couple drops. Although we still have 3 players. Maybe we can make this only a 3-player hand. I've seen 3-player hands. Oh, man, well, the Marauders getting instantly onto... So the Marauders got their pick of armored units to hit at. First, instantly killing the Ultras, now onto these Immortals, but seem to have died to the Infested Blasts.
Immortals are just too good against armored units. I've had to stop playing them as much recently because they don't quite have the win rate that I thought they did. But when they counter a ground armored unit, they counter it hard.
Yep, and it's looking like we're going to see probably a split pot. These Infested Terrans underneath the Tempest, but with 10 seconds left, don't think there's the critical mass to kill them in time.
I don't know. Well, yeah, there's one. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. I thought they were going to make me a
The second Tempest without the health bar was blending in with the background. I couldn't see it.
There it is. Okay, so new hand.
Miss Pooh with the 8 battle cruisers.
New hand, new cards, 8 battle cruisers. Exactly what you want to see. Yeah, and a raise from Miss Pooh to start this off.
Unfortunately, I don't think anybody else is going to have much of anything to put more money in the pot with her.
Yeah, the Ravens, you really want to see like around double digits of those Ravens, right? Before you start thinking that they're going to be a good call.
It depends. This early in the game, I'd be willing to play those 8 Ravens, or 6 Ravens, I'm sorry, and look at that second card. Even just as few as 5-6 Ravens can be devastating to the right unit as long as they clump up together. They're just going to need a lot of support to be able to win you the game afterwards. It's not like having 25 Ravens where that's enough to just absolutely crush an army and win the game outright, or win the fight outright, rather.
Makes sense. All right. Well, Miss Pooh did actually take down that pot with just a early raise. And now we're moving on to the next hand where we're seeing 16 Ravens for Sylvanas as really the only hand of note, the only card of note to start with. Although bad at games, 16 Oracles and gets a raise in. Quick re-raise from Sylvanas though brings that up to what it appears to be a 26 pot. And
Driss with a very quick call.
Yeah, Driss liking his hand there. I guess I didn't clock Driss's hand as one to be being played here.
Trust me, I didn't either.
So, okay. Yeah, I was wondering because I'm talking now. I'm thinking, did I miss that? Are these better than I thought? Well, Sylvanas putting the pressure on, and rightly so. Looks like Sylvanas will have the advantage going into the showdown.
There we go.
Driss gives it up, and Driss is. We're gonna see a first to worst here. You hate to see Driss losing these hands so early.
Well, it's a part of that aggressive style that you play. When you're playing this many hands and you're playing them to this many bets, you're going to have just swing back and forth, up and down quite a bit. So you have to hope that you're going to be swinging up more than you do down. Unfortunately, Driss has been having some trouble this game starting out. You may want to try to take this foot off the gas a little bit, slow it down, see if he can start catching some cards before he just bets himself into oblivion.
Well, we have a community second card, and not really any monster hands to speak of. So it's looking like Miss Pooh's race here might be on the 11 Archons, which is not a monster hand, is a strong hand.
Definitely a
Might be
strong
enough.
hand.
Might be enough to take the spot.
Metalcore sticks around with his Liberators and the Hydralisks.
Yeah, I think Liberators might not be it.
No.
Chief. No,
Not against the old Archons. The Archons get up so close to the Liberators that they have to re-siege, and it just wastes so much time that they can't get their damage in.
Yeah, and the Liberators do sit on top of each other, so it feels like you might get some AoE even from the Archon attacks.
Absolutely.
So, nice pickup there for Miss Pooh. Looking at the next hand, 6 Ghosts? Is that where you're on?
6 Ghosts, 18 Infestors, maybe the 7 Void Rays.
I'd maybe look for a second card with 7 Void Rays. I like Void Rays.
Especially with the Protoss 2/2 in the middle.
Yeah, and I think Jam actually made that raise, right? And Driss followed.
I believe so. Yeah.
And Jam took down the pot with another bit. Yeah, so those Void Rays getting it done. Uh-oh, it's Bad-At's time. Bad-At's time to jam this pot with those carriers.
7 carriers with Protoss 2/2. He's going to run into Jam's 25 Phoenix.
I didn't even see that. That's a pretty bad counter.
Well, I'm pretty sure the carriers can win that in a straight-up fight. It's going to come down to the second card and if anybody else comes along.
For sure. But, I mean, who's coming along here? I don't really see any hands that are calling this. Other than Jim's.
Ms. Pooh might want to play the 18 Hydras. It's a little bit of a long shot, especially given the re-raise by Jam here.
Yeah, so Jam re-raising. Probably going to see... I mean, does Bad lay this down?
I'd like to see Bad make another raise here. I'd like to see him make it about 35 to go.
I mean, Bad knows he basically needs a win in this game. Yeah, there you go.
He makes it about 30, yeah.
So,
or 30 on top, I'm sorry.
And you have to know, Bad-At's thinking, I gotta win this game. This might be my shot. And
yeah, Bad absolutely has to win this game. That'll give him 11 points. So he'll still have a shot at moving on.
So
and he goes all in. Yep.
So definitely being aggressive is a way to get to that point, because you have to make it to Final 4, Final 2, basically win the heads up. So when you're sitting in that spot, you got to think, I got to try, get aggressive early, get some pots in.
Wow, Jam finds the fold. Great good fold. Job. Good job.
Really good fold. Almost an unbelievably good fold. Well, maybe not. It's early, and he might also see the writing on the wall that this is that Bad-At really needs this pot. So if he calls, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for him.
And we have Driss coming along here with 13 Queens. Kira made the raise with 12 High Templar. Bad-At Games waking up with 25 Mutalisks. He's definitely going to want to play this with the Zerg 3/3. Not going to be a fan of those 12 High Templar, though. Oh, he actually folds the... wow. That's an interesting fold by Bad-At Games.
It's a laydown. Kira just going in on these Templars. Look at that, trying to push Driss right off this. I think Driss is the small stack. Kira thinking maybe could push him off, but no, he calls.
Well, between that and how aggressive and how many hands the Driss has been playing, it may have been the right play to go ahead and push all in. I'm surprised the Driss finds the call with only 13 Queens and a Mothership, but here we are.
And he didn't have much, Oh man, and now we just got no. Even the Banshee's gone. That's that. Wow, real easy. That was a nice hard counter for Driss. Basically, the one unit that could shoot, that could maybe shoot shoot down, or like basically hard countering the Banshees because there's a Mothership, right? The Banshees can't shoot
Yeah.
anything, and they're all cloaked.
Right. Let's see.
All
We
right.
have 15 Cyclones by Etten, 20 Marauders for Metalcore. That's really about it. Everybody else should be folding here.
Yeah, looking like a pretty
Chris?
tame hand this time around.
Comes along with the call with this 10 Phoenix. He's really in a lot of these hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think Driss now sitting at a much more comfortable chip count is probably thinking, how can I? I mean, I have to imagine. I'm just imagining Driss's mind is like there's like a stoplight, and at some points it might like turn yellow, but instead of going red, it just goes back to green. It's just constantly. It's just green. Oh, yellow. Okay, back to green. We're playing.
Oh wow.
And I mean, that's a lot of Phoenix. That's a lot of Phoenix.
Yeah, not enough though.
Also, that's a lot of Cyclone.
That is a lot of Cyclones.
That's too many Cyclones. So Etten takes it down. Nice pickup for Etten.
Not a lot on the board for this hand. I'm seeing 11 Corruptors for Metalcore, 13 Stalkers for Jam, 21 Adepts for Bata Games. It's really about it.
Yeah, these are all, mid to low tier units coming through, and not really particularly high counts of them either. Metalcore might like the Corruptors, yeah, like you said. I think Corruptors are always a pretty good unit to have, but oh wow, a nice jam all in to just steal the innings there with the relatively weak hands across the board.
I said it at the beginning of the cast yesterday. The meta has definitely become a little bit more aggressive than the first tournament that we had. People are taking shots at some of these pots with nothing, just hoping to take down the antes and survive a little bit longer.
For sure, and I think now we have Kira all in.
With 25 Infestors, that's going to do some damage.
Driss with the call. Kira was the short stack, so needed to find some sort of play. So yeah, these Infestors bungling down, getting the Terrans out.
That's a lot of infested Terrans.
And they're eating through those Void Rays, and they're eating through those Phoenixes, and they're taking down a double up for Kira. Driss now back to being the short stack after getting doubled up though. Let's see, we got 12 wild cards. Beauty of the wild card. Another 20. Oh, a 21 Infestor count.
Ooh. 9 Archons, 6 Ultralisks, 14 Liberators for Sylvanas. This could be a big hand.
I think so. We already got some big bets coming in from Driss, and then a re-raise from Jam.
Sylvanas comes along.
Yeah, Sylvanas really, that's a high liberator.
Wow.
Oh, Jam.
Look at Jam's hand. 9 Archons, 8 Carriers suited.
Jam instant jams the pot. Love it.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
just jam all your chips.
to.
If you're Jam, you just jam all your chips right in the middle. Sylvanas calls. Three Colossi to go with those Liberators.
Those Colossi are going to ultimately be inconsequential.
Oh, surrender.
And there's the surrender.
I thought that was just a crazy amount of damage output immediately, but a good surrender. I didn't see it come up and got really, freaked out. Alright, so congrats, Jam. Huge double up. And a really nice play. Now Jam's the chip lead.
Well, Driss waking up all in this time with his 6 Thors. Kira's got 10 Dark Templar coming along. Metalcore with his 25 Corruptors, and Sylvanas has a choice here with 4 Battlecruisers.
And Sylvanas all in too.
Coming along, yep.
Cruisers. Yeah, I think they're both. I mean, they're the 2 short stacks, so they're both just thinking this is their chance to hit it big.
Kira playing the Dark Templar, going to be able to take out Driss.
Yeah, so there's no real way to deal with the Dark Templar, correct?
No.
So Kira likely at least to split the pot, and most likely will with Sylvanas, who's air units.
And that's a GG for Driss.
So there it is, Driss, first to worst. As
From
he,
first to worst.
so eloquently put. I mean, 11 points we've seen has been a strong amount, and for most of it, I mean, we see the other tables. 11 has been generally enough, and I think 12. Yeah, for that four-way tie with 12 would have required the winning and first and second place player to be included in all those. So I think the way the tables are shaking out, I'm pretty sure 11 is good for at least a tiebreak. Don't quote me on that, though.
I'd believe so. And remember, with the new tiebreak rules, you
Driss,
go by.
Driss doesn't believe me, though, if you look at chat.
With the new tiebreak rules that we announced just for everybody on the stream, instead of playing out an individual match like we did earlier, from now on, we're going to go by highest placement between the two games. And then if that is still tied, the highest placement in the first game is going to determine who moves on. And with Driss winning the first game, if it comes down to that tiebreaker, he's going to move on regardless.
Yep, that's true. So if there is a tie,
So this is all.
his chances.
I just wanted to interject. This is almost very bad for Bet at Games, right? Because even if he wins this game, he's going to be losing a tiebreaker to Drist. His play almost would have been for Drist to dominate and get second place,
Yeah,
right? And then
sure.
if he got first place, he would have, Drist would have at least, taken the first spot clear. But now with him getting eliminated last, that puts Bat in a really tough position where he's kind of at the mercy of everyone else almost.
For sure.
He would have been either way, but I think this makes it worse for him.
But let's also look at the fact that in Table 1 last night, Ms. Pooh qualified with only 8 points.
Yeah,
So it's definitely possible.
I think to Concordia's point is if you're low, right, going into game 2, if you are one of the low people, what you want to see is the people who have done well already, like done really well, like Driss, win again, or like be as high as possible relative to the rest of the table.
Right. So you can avoid those ties where you're up against them.
Because you know that guy's probably finishing ahead of you either way. So if Driss wins, for example, and then Driss runs second to you, running first in game 2, like either way, Driss was going to beat you. But
right, and now in the best case scenario where if Bat wins this game, he's tied for score with Driss, and Driss just has that tiebreaker. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of that, because Driss won game 1, that tiebreaker will go to him. So that at games, whether he knows it or not, just had basically the worst possible thing happen.
Yeah.
Other than Bad at Games himself getting knocked out, the worst possible person for him to get knocked out has been knocked out. That said, Bad at Games also, basically the low stack. Really needs to make a play soon. So he has more than one problem. Should maybe be focusing on just winning this game.
Yeah, I'm coming along with the 7 Thors to Kira's 25 Dark Templar. Going to get some bad news here shortly. Etten with a very strong anti-air hand, going to be able to take care of all the air units the Kira and Jam have.
Yeah, there you go. Air units insta-gibbed, but Kira's DT going to be waving hi to Etten's air units. So they'll be chopping up Jim's money amongst themselves.
Yep.
Little table 2 update. Looks like Pawn Ranger's all in, and we got a call in Fancy Hippo. Big pot here, and Pawn Ranger wishes good luck to himself. And we'll chop the pot with these CTs.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
So, he'll stick around, but I think, what's that, 113 pots, so he's still the low stack with 55 or so. Chump. If only they could reach. Battle Poker wins yet again. House always wins,
House always wins. House always gets their rake.
Actually, Pawn Ranger only 50 gold given his equity in the pot, so still low stack. Oh man, is that
Ruark with 100 mainlings.
I've actually never seen that. That's crazy. I
Yep.
knew theoretically they could get to 100.
And Pone Ranger might be making it. No, he does not. Fancy
Rourke,
Hippo, though.
I'm
Raising
just
with
playing
the...
this for funsies. Yeah, that's also a lot of Dark Templar.
And
But wait.
Roka's playing with the 9 Archons.
Remind me of this. When a Dark Templar kills a Baneling, does the Baneling explode and
Yes,
put
it
the Dark
does.
Templar back? Ooh, so that's a good counter in a way.
Banelings will counter Dark Templar.
And we're gonna see it for sure now. Oh
Here
no,
they
don't go
go.
that way. Oh. Unfortunately, Banelings do almost nothing to Archons.
Yeah, unfortunately, all the Banelings
But-
exploded on the Archons before they killed the Dark Templar.
Yeah, the 5 Dark Templar are alive. That said, I think these 3... Yep, it's gonna be a chop up between Fancy and Ruark. Man, 100 Banelings.
100 Banelings. My goodness.
Yeah. Well, Ruark's gonna get some of these chips. Fancy's gonna get some of these chips. They'll both get 100. They'll be happy. Pawn, and yeah, we need Pawn and Frosticles to work here. So, not actually seeing the table 1 scoreboard on our view, but maybe after this hand, after this all in, we can pop back to table 1 and
There
see
you
what's
go.
going on there. Oh no! Well,
Bada Games is out.
I feel like Bad at Games has been like the protagonist of this. Pawn Ranger picking up the antes there with a pre showdown raise. No, I was just saying. I think given how much we hype up Bad at Games and how much you've played with him, I always feel like he's like our protagonist. we're always like cheering for him, maybe a little bit more than we should as objective casters.
Well,
GG Bad at Games out in 7th in game 2.
I know such a story from last time. Didn't he go out in the first tournament? He was out in the first game.
Yep.
First time out. Yeah.
Similar thing. I think it's because you see him so much at the tables. You see how many games he's logged. You kind of hope he can make that translate that work to here. All right, so we got Vikings killing off these, but I think we'll probably not kill off these ultras.
No, they're unfortunately going to land, and there's going to be a little bit of carnage here. Parts flying everywhere.
Oh man, that was. I think landing was a poor choice.
Yeah, it usually is for Vikings. They're not so good on the ground.
Yeah, for sure. And then Frosticles picks up a nice double up there, gets himself off the bottom of the chip stack or the chip count, and right in the middle now. All 8 players still in this game, by the way.
I was about to say, for as high as the antes are getting, we still have all 8 players. That's pretty impressive. First place has 12 bets. Last place has 5. So very even stacks all the way across the board.
That said, I think Pawn Ranger and Ruark are trying to make these stacks a bit more uneven by pushing all their chips into the middle.
Oh, Pone Ranger going to get some bad news. I don't think those 13 Infestors are going to be enough to counter the 24 Dark Templar.
Nor do I. And Vendettius did fold those wild cards.
Here come the Fungals. Let's see if the Thors can take them out.
Big Fungals.
Do they have one more? They have one more. They do it. The Thors pull it off. Holy crap. I did not expect that.
But can they get through now and get on top of these?
I think they can. It's going to be close, but I think they can do it.
Yeah, I think. How much energy do they have? We need another round of infested Terrans. Oh no, the Thors got this.
Thors are going to rip through this.
This is a Thor cleanup. Oh no, and Ruark. Wait.
There
it is. Wait, and they're all gone.
Pone Ranger on top.
Max battle. It says the max battle timer expired, but Pawn Ranger did get the kills in before that of all of Ruark's units.
It does that on occasion. If you finish the battle just before that 10-second timer runs out, it'll say the max battle time expired, even though you have a clear winner.
Yep, and you had the clear winner, and obviously Pawn Ranger was clearly given the win, given that Ruark is no longer playing. So, GG Ruark, out at 8th, table 2, game 2. Pawn Ranger taking the stack lead. All right, so TLJ picking up the antes there. Table 1, seeing a big bet from Kira on table 1. Maybe we'll hop to there after a couple more hands here to get into that action. But again, we see TLJ doubling up the antes.
With his 19 Vikings. Vendetti's coming along with the 5 battle cruisers. Clockwork debating what to do with 20 High Templar. Re-raises. Not going to be a really good spot with those battle cruisers in the hand.
No, I think so. The Templar might be okay against the Vikings, but those battle cruisers stick around.
Yeah, they'll be fine against the Vikings, but the battle cruisers are going to rip them up.
Yeah, and now 14 Banshees to go with the battle cruisers? You gotta like that.
Ooh.
You gotta like that. I mean, Vendetti's has to be the hand to beat here. And with only 17 chips left.
Well, the problem is that TLJ also, well, it's going to depend on how the fight breaks down. If the High Templar, since they're in back, if they can get up there in time and take out the Vikings before the Vikings take out the battle cruisers. See, yeah, the High Templar are hanging back. Here come the storms. I wonder if there's enough storm left to finish off those battle cruisers. I'm gonna say probably not, but maybe
One more.
One more?
It's just one more.
That's
There it
it.
is.
Oh wow, Clockwork with a huge pickup. Oh my goodness.
350. That's easily the
New
chip
chip
lead for
leader.
Clockwork. Dang, that was right on the edge there. That mothership did a good job. Made those banelings pretty useless. And kept the High Templar alive enough, just long enough.
Absolutely.
Now Vendetti is all in. Basically forced to, given that his entire stack was on the edge.
Well, he's got a pretty good hand to start with the 23 Corruptors.
That's very true.
Frosticles may come along with his Banshees. We'll see. Fancy Hippo could, well, I don't think I like the fold from Fancy Hippo. I think that's more than enough Swarm Host, given that you're only calling 3 more. Unless he has a read that somebody behind him is going to try to re-raise.
Hey. Excuse me, 3 players.
Vendettius has a legitimate hand. Unfortunately, both of his opponents do too.
Vendettius is sitting on that 3/3 Zerg upgrades. Is that going to be enough to push him through? I mean, the Corruptors are doing some pretty good damage here. They're going to be thrilled when they see even more air units to take their wrath out on.
Absolutely. There go the Lurkers. Last Mutalist should be about to go down.
So many Corruptors. That'll kill that's got to kill the last Mute.
Now we just need the Corruptors to actually survive this onslaught from the Ravagers. Yep, there they go.
Right? Yeah, let's say I think they got it. I think they'll at least split the spot.
PLJ waking up with 16 Phoenix. Vendettius with 16 Infestors. Pone Ranger with 16 High Templar.
So it looks like the Templar might be a play here. Nope.
And TLJ just takes it down.
Let's give it all to TLJ. I mean, pots are getting to the point where even just winning the Andes, because there's 7 players. Yeah, 112. That's just look like. I mean, the pot right now is higher than 4 players stacks. So
yeah, the starting pot is a third of first place's stack.
So you could double up just by winning the innings. All right, so I mean, eight battle cruisers. You got to think Pawn Ranger's in here. He did raise, pushing Rokasal in on his 11 DTs. So now Pawn Ranger just needs a way to fight those DTs and doesn't find them.
Doesn't get it.
This will be a chop pot. But again, even half, 50 chips. That's a really nice pickup.
Not insignificant.
No, that was very funny looking. Just one.
Let me just dash out.
Just dash out with 1 unit. And he's like, wait, hold on.
Not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
No, wait. Time out. The Ravager just shoots his shot, then looks up and no. That was rich. Okay, we got 13 swarm hosts here. Frosted Queen seems to think that's good enough to raise, and nobody else thinks their hand's good enough to even call. So,
and look at Frosted Queen's taking down
Annies.
all those Annies.
And here's Vendettius on the edge.
Frosted Queen's with the little winky face, maybe revealing that he didn't quite have that strong of a hand.
Yeah, I mean, it was an okay hand, but I don't think it was even the best hand that was dealt, right?
No.
Well, that said, Vendettius all in now. Pawn Ranger doing some raising on his incredible Raven count, and yeah, I mean, I think it's just going to be how quickly can these Ravens kill these Colossi, and from my experience of casting these games, going to say very quickly.
Here comes the earth-shattering kaboom! Whoa! Lots of Ravens bite the dust right off the bat.
The Ravagers really did a lot of damage, a lot more than I was expecting. But that said, there are still. It's okay, they're all dead, right? Yeah, they're already dead. I was gonna say there's at least I mean, there's still 13 even after that artillery hit, so that's still enough to take it down. So GG Vendettius, Adam 7th. Can we switch to table 1? I'm seeing 3 players all in over there.
My goodness.
Real quick.
Who is gone?
I think we are seeing 2 of them left, but I think Miss Pooh is the largest stack here, so nobody's actually.
She'll get a rebate.
Yeah. So Metalcore, Miss Pooh, now both on the edge. And not to do a quick hop back to table 2, but we're seeing some all-ins over there now. Sorry. Servers. There's a lot of players left, so we have to see. I see Rokus and Fancy Hippo all in. And Clockwork maybe making a call with the 25 wildcard 20.
Clockwork should definitely be coming along here.
Looks like Fancy Hippo doesn't really have the hand, but is the short stack, and it's probably forced here. Rokus had some chips, but also had 21 Ravens, so you kind of want to get in that pot. This wildcard hand's getting a little wacky. But 21 Ravens is 21 Ravens.
I mean, I keep saying it. Sometimes you just run into Ravens, man. It happens. What can you do?
But if the Ravens are out of energy, can they get these kills?
I don't know if they're going to live long enough to get another round of Hunter-Seeker missiles.
If the Ravens are out of energy, do they all just die?
That's it. Clockwork taking down a huge pot.
Clockwork taking out both Rokus and Fancy Hippo in one fell swoop, taking the chip lead in the process. GG, that's Fancy Hippo out in 7th, Rokus out in 6th, and we're down to our top 4 at table 2. All right, observers.
Very well played.
Bear with me one more time. We have Metalcore all in on table 1. I'm so sorry. We're gonna be playing like ping pong now. Or we can just stick here. I think the observers are in protest, and I agree. You should be.
Yeah, there we go.
We can. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think Metalcore all in over here. Looks like all in by Ante and kind of on
4 Colossi, 4 Broodlords. Not what you're looking for when you're forced all in.
Especially when the rest of the table just calls. The rest of the table decides, yeah, that's fine. We'll all play this one. Although, actually...
Metalcore actually staying alive. Those Vikings might be a little bit of an issue.
2 Vikings are just gonna win this by themselves, huh?
Oh no, not if the Cyclones take them down.
Oh no, the Cyclones are here.
Oh wow.
Now the Vikings are dead.
They might be okay.
So Metalcore
takes it. Yeah, Metalcore wins this pot.
Metalcore takes it down. Incredible. Well done.
That's the 1939 MMR speaking right there. Being able to win pots like this when you're forced all in.
Forced all in, and then Metalcore knows he might have gotten away with one there. My grandfather used to say I'm like a bad penny. You just can't get rid of me.
Oh.
And I think, which of course, not true. But that said, I feel like that is true for metalcore in this game.
And these antes are up to 28, and we still have 6 players in. This is insane. Sylvanas, our chip leader, has less than 10 bets to work with.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think seeing a little more conservative play out of the players, just trying to survive. And the problem is, if everybody does that, you get these situations where you're kind of at the mercy of the game. So we'll see. And that's a lot of queens. We are always talking about
storms, though.
A lot of storms, but the Zealot charge actually forcing the usage of all the storms.
Yeah, they're not going to have any left for the queens.
Yeah, I think that actually some of the Zealots are still alive too and killing these Templars.
Wow.
And getting them all. Metalcore wins again. And that's going to send
good
Kira.
Unit.
Yeah, Zealots, charge strong upgrade, really. So
yeah.
That's going to take Kira to be out here. So Kira out in 6th. So GG Kira. Dang it! Even with the improved AI and the kiting, it looked like they're doing such good kiting too.
That's one of the big things with the spellcaster AI now. Now that they kite away from everything that's attacking them, it takes so much longer to kill them.
In this case, it actually might have worked against them because of how like many storms they had to use it just to try to kill it. Or it feels like they could have almost like suicided into the Zealots by storming right on top of themselves to get rid of them all.
And if we want to switch to table 2 after this hand, we have Frosticles just about all in.
Well, maybe after we see if Sylvanas gets a call here. I like to see Metalpoo with 4 Zealots and 20 Phoenixes. A nice 420. No, Sylvanas gets his. All right.
Frosticles all in. With a decent hand.
Decent hand. Clockwork also the decent hand. And you like to see Marauders. Marauders going to be happy to see that mass of Immortals.
Oh no, the Archons run straight into the Mutalisks.
They can get there though. All right, but the Mute is out though, and I think these Marauders have to kill this many Immortals. Yeah,
that's going to be the end of Frosticles in this game.
Yeah, the Immortals couldn't stand up to that large Marauder army, and the Archons did some great work to the Mutas. So GG. Frosticles out in 4th, and down to Clockwork, TLJ, and Pone Ranger.
All with reasonable hands here. 8 Archons, 8 Carriers, 14 Banshees.
Yeah, we're seeing some action. Pone Ranger with the raise.
You see what Clockwork decides to do.
Clockwork's in. These are 2 good hands. I don't know who has the better hand. I think it's Pone Ranger, but it's close.
Ranger by far has the better hand here.
Actually, now that I'm seeing it, that is a lot of carriers.
Yeah.
I feel like 2 carriers. That's 8 carriers.
That is 8 carriers.
That's a lot of carriers.
Boom.
Yep. Easy pickup. So that's a nice double up for Pone Ranger, who also took a sizable chunk of TLJ stack before they got out. So yeah, definitely now you see Pone Ranger in the chip lead.
Well, this is going to be one of those hands where the first person to bet should take it down. Clockwork only has 9 Cyclones, 1 Battle Cruiser, 4 Corruptors. Or we might just go to the second card.
If I'm TLJ and I see 2 checks in front of me, I might have made that bet. I don't know. It is only 1 Battle Cruiser.
Well, one thing to think about now that we fixed the bug from yesterday is that if you have a battle cruiser, that means nobody else has battle cruisers. It's one more capital ship that you don't have to worry about going up against, so it may be worth it making a bet just for that fact.
For sure. But right now, we got these wild cards just running rampant. for a nice pot pickup for Clockwork. As well as the Cyclone's doing a good job. I always underestimated just how much damage the Cyclones can do.
Yeah, it's a little surprising, but they can get some DPS in, especially against the air units while they're still moving around with lock on.
Looking like reasonable hands for everyone here. We got the suited battle cruisers for TLJ. We got the suited Archon Phoenix comp for Clockwork. I think Clockwork has to make a play here. Oh well, already raised and re-raised in front of him, so we'll see. I don't know if I'm Clockwork. I'm thinking they can't both be beating me, right? This hand's like way too good to be losing.
You can tell if that's a 6 or an 8 on the Archons.
I think it was a 6.
If it's a 6, that should probably be a fold. If it's an 8, you have a little bit tougher call.
I think it was a 6, so maybe good fold. Pone got called out for his bluff there, and TLJ picked up a nice little pot. Oh, here we go. Looks like a friendly game this time. Although 17 queens for TLJ seems like
one lone mainling just chilling there.
All right, let's see. The queens have to figure out how to get into a nice. It's probably a tie because just the queens aren't able to really get into a nice concave here. No, I'm thinking it's definitely a tie. Am I wrong? Let's see.
This should be a tie, yeah.
That's 20. Yeah, that was like a solid 19 corruptors that they have to eat through. No, I think Observer's betting on the queens, and the Observer might be right.
Oh wow! No, just barely.
Yeah, I'll say that was a lot closer than I thought it was. Yeah,
Jam just went out in table 1.
And also, I think we missed Miss Pooh. So Miss Pooh out in 5th on table 1, and Jam out in 4th. So now we have Metalcore, Sylvanas, and Etten all in on table 1. Yeah, it looks like both tables are just 3 kind of even stacks. So we're running smoothly here. Although Etten is all in on his low stack in table 1.
Yeah, let's check table 1.
Yeah, I think we can check. See. We might have seen a call actually from Sylvanas based on that.
Ooh, big pot brewing.
Wait, they're all in. Wow, all 3 of them are in, even though Etten was all in. Sylvanas' units get run over, but Etten's Liberators are going to be doing a lot of damage to these queens.
No, look at that.
Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. So Etten's going to triple up here.
Oh wow.
That's an insane.
He's sitting on 648 gold. Is that?
Insane pot win. Yeah, 648 looks like the pot, and I don't think there was anything more than the triple up. Yeah, so that's all his. Nice pickup for Etten. Really well back in this game and on his way to getting some of those bonus points. Sylvanas quick all in with that Raven count and picks up some Annies.
Metalcore waking up with 7 Archons, deciding not to bet.
Checks all around. Gets Banshees to supplement them. I think Metalcore's got to make the play here. No,
I would agree, but he decides to just check it.
Well, I think he's going to, I guess, get the money either way, because these Archons are doing some good damage. Or actually only splitting now, maybe. Because we're not going to be able to kill those Tempests.
Clockwork splitting over back on table 1, or table 2, I'm sorry.
So this is a quick split pot. Maybe we can go to table 2. Looks like Clockwork's all in, and Pone Ranger must have picked up a pretty large pot to be so far ahead.
We have queens against corruptors once again.
A familiar refrain over here. This time though, I don't know what the 10-second timer is, if it's gone off yet. I don't think so. I don't think this is a split. There's a 10-second. Yeah, that's not a split.
That's it.
That's a Clockwork win. So Clockwork gets at least a double up. Looks like a triple up even. Although it's still very low stack.
Yeah, still very low. Down to 1
needs another one. Sylvanas is also all in on table 1. So let's see what happens over there.
Oh, we have it all in here at table 2, actually.
Yeah, we're all in all over the place. TLJ is all in now
all
as well.
over the place.
Everyone's all in. If Pone Ranger is able to win this hand, he can lock this table up. but I don't think he's going to be able to kill those corruptors.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Is this queens versus corruptors yet again? Oh, that's
This
a large
might be.
banshee count. No, because these banshees are actually going to be taking the queens out before they can get to the corruptors, aren't they? Yep. This is just Clockwork winning. So everyone's still alive.
Oh wow.
Clockwork does it again.
Such big hands all over the place.
I don't know if TLJ knew that they're still in it because they had more chips than Clockwork.
Lone Ranger trying to close it out, might have a shot at doing it with the 15 infestors this time around. Although TLJ waking up with such a good hand.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, that's a lot of. That's a lot of bodies if they can get down and take out these phoenixes.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna happen. I think the
you know
Archon
what,
Phoenix has it.
There's still 7 Archons. Even
Yeah.
after all that, it's like, oh, well, great shots, but there's 7 Archons, so bye bye. All right, well, TLJ now triples up or doubles up and gets to back to Clockwork being the low stack. Melkor also surviving in table 1, so lots of crazy hands going back and forth.
It's been nuts how high the antes are, and we're still three-handed on both of the tables.
Actually, I think Metalcore might have just doubled up on table 1, so congrats to him. Clockwork, functionally all in.
I mean, normally by now, when you get the antes up to about 60 or so, you're already down to heads up, and you've been down to heads up for a while. It just shows how much these guys are trying to hang on for dear life.
So Clockwork all in, TLJ basically betting on these 9 Archons to get the job done, as the Flames do very little to the Immortal shields. But the Archons are doing work. But Immortals are also very good. Yep. It's looking like the Immortals just doing too much damage to the Archons. Clockwork takes
around once again. Metalcore just won a big hand in table 1, popping up to our new chip leader.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Everyone's just has like 9 lives in this game.
Oh my goodness.
6 players and all 6 of them refuse to go. Well, Clockwork all in, TLJ all in. Here we go again.
Look at those Banelings and the queens behind them.
Well, lucky for the ghosts that the...
If they can get to the ghost. Yes!
Oh my gosh. That...
EMP doesn't matter. EMP doesn't matter.
EMP would have been so good here, but it's just not enough. There's 25 queens. So
wow.
Clockwork out at 3rd, TLJ and Pwn Ranger going heads up with nearly identical stacks. Man, I have to say it again, and I hate to say it, but when I'm a Terran player and I see that many Banelings coming at my bio, I don't like it.
Oh, I'm a Zerg player. I love it.
It's not fun, and I get very nervous and start saying lots of swear words. Oh no! I think double all in on table 1 if you want to quickly hop over there to see what that's looking like. Looks like Metalcore is trying to knock Etten out here and may succeed with the Raven count. Nope, all the Ravens are dead. So it's up to the Queens now.
Against Immortals.
I don't think these Queens can punch through these Immortals, no. I think these Immortals... This has to be enough Immortals to win.
I don't know. The Queens still have a good amount of energy to heal each other.
The energy, this is probably a split.
Probably. Even with the Zerg 1-1. Too many shield left on the 1. I think they're safe. Yeah. Wow.
Pretty
so
big.
Close.
Table 2, all in. Let's see it. This is it. The hand to end the game. If TLJ could take it down.
With a 9 Void Ray, probably not against the Liberators.
The Liberators are totally broken. All right. So Pawn Rangers are going to pick that one up. And I guess it's functionally GG, given that Pawn Rangers now got... TLJ just has an Annie. So not over yet, but might as well be.
Well, TLJ just picked up this 57 Banelings against nothing but Bio from Pone Ranger.
Right. So I should say that maybe TLJ just needs more hens like that. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Here we go. 2 more of those and we got ourselves a game. Another mass Baneling count and 22 wild cards. TLJ is here. TLJ is here. Believe indeed. I mean, this is it. I mean, this is now.
I mean, this is insane. We're back to an even game.
Yeah. So what were we at? It's about 700 to about 300.
Yep.
So
304 to 696.
This time, Pone Ranger's like, all right, I gotta get this. I got my wild cards. I'm in. Ooh.
Wild cards again for TLJ.
Interesting. Pone Ranger gets the raise on his infestors. TLJ now wondering, is this bluff? Nah, but he can't do it.
Gotta let it go.
But now this is TLJ's turn. Although Pone Ranger raises in front of him. TLJ with a simple call on Banshees. Interesting. Double check.
Need to kill those mines before they uncloak.
And they did.
Perfect.
So I think these Banshees, this is definitely enough Banshees to kill.
Definitely enough Banshees to kill, yeah.
It's not over, but it's a nice pickup for Pone Ranger, for TLJ sucked. Oh, excuse me, TLJ won that one. Oh.
We're back to even stacks.
Yeah, basically table 2.
Big hand here.
Everyone basically all in here. So the winner of this hand is going to be Sting Pretty, and that winner will not be Etten, who is now out at third.
Out in third, yeah.
And gone. So thank you, Etten. Good game. Congrats. The showdown is still continuing. It's looking like Metal Core is going to take it down. Metal Core is going to be on over 900 chips now.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I thought that Sylvanas was going to be getting a rebate, but that's not the case.
Yeah, well, I guessed based on the fact that Sylvanas only had 94 chips left. So I figured the rest were all going to Metal Core. So here it is. Metal Core, I think table 2 everyone's all in, table 1's everyone's all in.
Oh, the Banelings.
Nothing shooting up.
Like I said last night, it's too bad the Banelings can't rocket jump each other up into the air to deal with air units.
For sure. And is this enough? Did the Oracles have enough time to kill all these?
Looks like we have it on table 1 or table. I'm sorry, table 2. Table 2.
And I think we have.
TLJ took it down.
Yeah. Oh, right. Table 2. Congratulations, TLJ.
Congrats.
Beating Pone Ranger. Very well done. Table 1 still alive. Sylvanas still alive. And Sylvanas all in on these Brood Lords. And is gonna. Oh, but the Thor? The Thor can.
Unless those 6 Marines can kill the Thor.
Unlikely, right? Given the fact that they're gonna get destroyed by these Brood Lords. Yep.
Exactly, yeah.
So. Alright, right? I mean, I don't think the Thor can kill all.
I don't think the Thor's gonna kill all 25 Phoenix.
You love this magic boxing going on then.
Oh no, they're stacking awfully.
No,
Oh
gosh!
Look at that! Oh, look at that! Look at that!
4, 3 left. One more shot.
Two more. One more. No! Oh, so close. So close.
Oh man, the timer. That was wild. We are at 100 annies. That is.
There are 10 bets in the game to work with, and Metalcore has 8 of them.
Alright, we're
This should be it. This should be it. If the Liberators set up properly over the Hydralisks, which I think they are. Yeah, that's going to be it.
All done. See you later. GG, congrats, Metalcore taking down first, and congrats to Sylvana, second place. Both great finishes.
All right. Yeah, those were some exciting games. We are going to quickly input these results so we can see who will be in our final table. And then we will be taking at least a 5-minute break, give our casters some time to run down, and our players to run down, grab some bio, grab some water, and get ready for our extended finals, the 300 gold finals. So quickly, let's get those last results from this game dialed in.
So, I mean, we'll see that, and then we have our tie-breaking criteria this time.
So yes, let's take a quick
Should
look.
be good on that. But I mean, as the results are being tabulated, I think you saw an interesting example there of some conservative play, leading to some longer games as people started realizing this is really for the finals. Right, this is it. I need to be in top 4 here because I need to be in that. I need to have that chair at that last table. And I think we'll be seeing shortly who exactly those 8 people will be.
Can anyone?
I believe that Metalcore won. Metalcore won and TLJ won.
So
Those
why don't we
are 2 winners.
take a look at our final table before we go to our break real fast.
Here we are. So naturally, after making all the fancy tie-breaking rules, we did not have any. So
That's okay. It means we'll have tiebreakers for going forward into future tournaments.
Absolutely. No, but I mean, so GG, well done to table 1, Metalcore, who got a very solid finish with the first and a second. The consistent Etten, who top 3'd both games. Dritz, our first to worst performer, and Sylvanas, who came in second in game 2, and got in as well. So congrats to you 4, final table, and Bati, table 2. Who are we seeing there?
We have TLJ in first place, winning the second game with 14 points. Second place is a tie between Pone Ranger, our reigning champion, and Frosticles with 13 points apiece. And Vendettius, who won her first game, rounding it out with 12 points in fourth place.
All right, so those 8 players will be back shortly to play in our final deep stack table. So please stick around.
Please stick around. Yep, we'll be taking. Yeah, sorry, we'll be going to a short break now, but be back soon with the final.
All right, see y'all soon.
All right, we are back. We are back with the final table of tonight's Season 1 event, and we are joined by a couple people from that table who are going to give us a quick little interview. So joining us tonight, we have, and also can we bring up the table screen, the final table screen here real fast? All right. So we are joined tonight by 3 people from our finals table to give a quick interview. We have Kane X70X or 87X, our inaugural tournament champion Pone Ranger, and then Pone Ranger, and then Turtles. Your in-game name is
TLJ sucked.
TLJ.
Oh yes, TLJ sucked. So guys, welcome.
Thank you for affirming my worldview.
And we also have Frosticles joining us now real fast.
Hey, welcome, final table. How's everyone doing tonight?
Frosty.
Potato, another Canadian.
So congratulations, everyone. Congratulations, everyone, on making it to the final table. Maybe we'll pass it off to Bati and Tommy Man, ask you guys a couple questions. Just ask, see how you're feeling right now.
So, Kane, Metalcore,
Yo.
You tied for first place on the qualification round. You
That's right.
absolutely crushed your semifinal with 18 points. How are you
Good.
feeling going into finals, man? Are you feeling confident?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm definitely looking forward to playing against Pone Ranger, the reigning champion.
Bone
And
Ranger.
I just would like to say I really appreciate everything you guys have done in putting all of this together, and it has made my weekend. So I'd like to say thank you all for that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Besides Pone Ranger, is there anybody you're really looking out for at this final table?
You know what? As far as battle poker goes, I think everyone can be a contender. So I'm looking forward to playing against everyone, remembering their names, and we'll see how she goes.
Hey, there you go.
You know,
See, Toffee Man, did you have anything?
I mean, no more questions. I think specifically for you, Middlecore. Great work in the first round, and best of luck in the finals.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Do you guys have any thoughts about the 300 gold format? Are you looking forward to that? How do you think that's going to change your play? Unless you don't want to give things give things away too much. What do you think it's gonna? What do you see with that 300 gold game coming up? Feel free, anyone, to jump in.
Yeah, so being a former finalist, I'll tell you that the game changes. It gets super unique, and it makes it challenging to be able to stick to your regular game plans. But at the end of the day, this is the final table, so you got to throw in a twist. And we got great competitors, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal game.
I think that 300 gold is just going to give the competitors just a little bit more of an edge to just prove their competitiveness, and I'm waiting to see how she goes, boys. Waiting to see.
And we also have a latecomer to our interview, Driss or Driss. Welcome.
What's happening?
Jason,
So
I am interested to see how your competitive play is going to translate to a 300 gold format. Are you thinking you're going to be still going as aggressive as we've been seeing you? Because we always see you like chip lead very early in all the games.
I try to get a lead early in the game, and then I like to ante out. Well, let everybody else ante out, and I'll kind of just play it super safe once I'm like up. So then
Okay.
I let other people just lose while I just sit back and watch.
We'll see if that works when everybody's got deep stacks.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of excited. I'm
Let's
just
see.
surprised I made it in here. was a
DHRS,
villain.
yeah, I'm very surprised that you made it too. GG, man. I'm glad to see you here.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
thanks, man. Glad to be here.
damn, surprised, huh?
Very surprised.
Oh,
So,
From first to
Frosticles,
last, man.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Frosticles, we play together all the time. What are you going to bring to the final table that I haven't seen from you yet?
Well, you've seen pretty much all my stuff. You know, I've sapped all the knowledge I have in this game, mostly from you. So I'm playing for Team Pink as well as Team Canada. I think it's no surprise at this final table to see Pone Ranger here. And I think, Team Canada, right? Shout out. Finalist, last time winner. He's got the
Team
lightsaber.
Team Pink, and then one in the stink, my dude.
Oh.
Frosted
I don't know how
Cleaves.
Metalcore snuck in, but I've seen him in a few games. He's, he's quite aggressive. I'm happy to be in the game with him.
I was so
Driss
happy
is
to
quite
actually
aggressive
see,
as well. Happy to be in the game with him. I'm happy to be in the game with all these people. A lot of people had to get in through tie matches and stuff. It was quite a battle. Some of us have been at a few tables tonight, a little sweaty. We got Turtle down there. He's quite a fan favorite. I've been getting messages about him all night to watch out for him. Pone Ranger, I got my eye on him, but Team Canada, so I'm happy if he makes it in. But, I'm the fan favorite. At
There
Team
we go.
Freezy.
whoa, whoa,
Team
whoa!
Breezy.
I don't know
I'm a
about that,
believer.
man. I don't know about that.
The people's
But,
champ.
I'd like to
I'm
dedicate.
Team Metalcore.
Yo. Where you from in Canada, bro? Frosticles.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Where in Canada are you from, my dude?
Oh, I'm from the island, my friend. I'm from Prince Edward Island.
Oh, you're east.
All right, gentlemen. Just for Bot D, reigning champ here, Pwn Ranger. I just want to say I love the Canadian output here. We have a lot of great players. My own table was 6 out of 8 people were from Canada. We're really coming out to play this game. Skelly Jelly needs a shout out, man. This is a phenomenal game. It takes a lot of creativity. His dedication to this is unreal. Bot D, man, you need to send your announcements over to some casters, man, because you should be doing this for a living. You're top notch, and I think all of us can agree when we say that it's a pleasure to be here. We appreciate all the hard work you guys do, and we're ready to fight it out, man. We're ready to be a spectacle, and we hope we all win. Best of luck to all my mates.
Very well said,
Well,
Pwn Ranger.
well
I
said.
love it.
All right. Unless
Yeah.
anyone has any last words, I think we're going to actually go into this game now. So,
Well said. Best of luck, fellas. I think I'm very excited to see what's going to go down on this table, and bring it hard.
I agree, and you're going down, Pwn Ranger. So
Good luck,
Hashtag,
have fun.
hashtag where's
Oh.
bad at games.
Oh.
Uh,
best of luck. Best of luck.
Love you,
good luck,
bad.
y'all.
Yeah.
good luck. Have fun, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Good luck,
everyone.
everybody.
You don't want to give things away too much. What do you think it's gonna? What do you see?
All right. As we get this voice chat cleared and we get ready to move on to our move on in game, we are excited again to bring you the final game. Once again, it'll be a 300 gold game with the 8 people you see on our final screen. Do you have any final predictions before we actually start, Coffee Man and Bati? Who do you see taking it with all this said and done? Who is your prediction for champion?
I'll let Bati go first. I have a good one. Although maybe I should wait until I think we have one more person still in our chat.
Waiting
wanna
for
call
our
out any-
Discord mod to figure out the Discord situation here.
All right. There it is. Bati, do you want to go first? I have
Man.
something in mind, but I want to hear your thoughts.
My heart says Pwn Ranger. My mind is saying I want to go with Metalcore, man. He's got the pedigree. Look at the qualification rounds. Look at the semifinals. The man's been beasting. I mean, I got to go with results.
Ben. Yeah, I think Metalcore is definitely up there, and I like Pwn Ranger again to do well. But my real pick for this one, I think it's Frosticles. I think Frosticles has been showing just like strong performances all throughout this tournament. You saw the basically the attitude he had coming in here and coming into that interview. Yeah, I'm all behind Frosticles, both mind and heart. I got all in on him.
Well,
So now-
we're in with our first hand.
And I will say now that I've made my first prediction, I'm sure the caster curse will be real for me too.
You know, real quick, I'm going to put my cards behind Pwn Ranger again. I think he's been playing really
Yeah.
consistently. I think he's done really well, and I think I think we have the true makings, the potential for a 2-time champion here. So I think I'm going to give him credit.
For sure.
We'll see what happens.
I think we saw a little bit of a conservative first hand. A small pot for Sylvanas. And now it's looking like the 17 ghosts and Pwn Ranger's 8 battle cruisers are what to write home about in this hand.
Gotta love waking up with the 8 battle cruisers. Raises is 7.
Yeah.
Re-raise from Driss is 4.
Ooh, just kind of getting unlucky with that second card. Queens are great, but 2, not enough. All right.
Not a lot on the board for this time around. We have 21 Widow Mines for Sylvanas, 24 Mutalists for Pwn Ranger. That's about it. Chris waking up with 4 carriers might be able to do a little work, but we'll see. Driss, rather.
Driss, yeah. It's so easy to call him Chris. Yeah, small raise from Pwn Ranger on that mute account. And you see they're dropping like flies. Driss is sticking around. 4 carriers is, you can make something out of that.
Absolutely. You're just going to depend on that second card and see what he can defend the carriers with.
Wow.
Unfortunately, 21 Hellions isn't really going to do a whole lot to help out.
A lot of nothing on the second cards. But we got a pot.
Here come the Mutas going straight after the carriers.
Good mutas.
Good Mutas, absolutely.
Good mutas. And man, those the carriers are slowly dying here. And I think we're gonna see the mutas then turn their attention to the.
Yep.
Good luck getting away from these guys. Yeah, and these guys are already weakened from. Hellions are already weakened. Yeah, Drift just gives it up. Nice pickup for Pwn Ranger. Yeah, it's interesting seeing early on. This is a everyone came in so hot on the interview that I thought we were going to be seeing like some crazy hands right away. But no, it seems like once you get to the table, it's like, okay, actually, we're here to win, so we're going to be playing our normal games.
And you got to remember with 300 chips, there's no to start with. There's no incentive to go crazy early on. You want to bide your time, work on these small advantages, try to chip up a little bit here and there, and not really try to commit too much of your stack this early on.
For sure, I think we're seeing that come across in the play early on. As we see, I think we've had this hand 5, right? So we've only had one showdown, so
yeah.
To this point, it seems like small raises, and people are only playing when they really got it.
Let's see here. Vendettius with his 24 ghosts, Metalcore with 11 immortals. Really all there is to write home about in this hand. Metalcore with those, I think it was him doing those big races early on as well in the earlier games. Going straight up to 40 here with an ante of 2.
Yeah, looking for big hands here. Vendettius, kind of weak second cards for both. But Vendettius on 24 ghosts has to be thinking, has to like his chances. And we'll find out.
Especially against the double Protoss.
I was gonna say, and we'll find out if he gets the call here that he has very good chances.
Oh, those oracles just going to town. The EMP removing all the shields.
Say goodbye to all your shields. Say goodbye to all your units. Goodbye.
Womp womp.
And immortals are great against armor units, but when you get them against bio, I mean they're good, but they're not anything to write home about.
No.
So. Nice pickup for Vendettius. That'll take him to the chip lead. Right,
we have 11 Archons from Sylvanas, 16 Stalkers from Frostocles, 8 Dark Templar from Vendettius.
Here we're seeing an interesting opening race from Frostocles. I think Stalkers to me are good, but they're not exactly crazy. And when you're first to act to make a raise like that it's a bit of an aggressive move. Instantly re-raised by Sylvanas.
He does also have the Protoss 3/3, so it sucks that he's getting re-raised by the Archons, but normally you're going to feel pretty good about 16 Stalkers, even in early position, as long as you don't get significantly re-raised.
For sure, and I think everybody picked up a pretty good second card here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, except for the 9 Zealots from Sylvanas.
Oh, 9 Zealots, yeah. But I think Sylvanas was really the one who needed them the least, it felt like. Oh man, this is a strong unit comps throughout.
These DT's going to town.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be the same. Well, unfortunately, after everything shakes out, it's looking like DTs versus carriers yet again.
Yeah, unfortunately. These Thors are just not going to be able to do enough to take down the carriers.
Yep, so Sylvanas, who didn't get any help for her Archons, is now losing all her chips in that pot, while Frostocles and Vendettius both pick up a bit of a sizable half pot.
Goofman in Twitch chat cheering for Team Canada.
So many Canadians.
So many Canadians.
Shout outs to the Great White North.
Here we have Pone Ranger with 16 Archons, Ravens. Sylvanas with 20 Vikings. Metalcore with 15 Ghosts. Pretty big bets already coming out again, saying that the antes are only at 2 at the moment.
A Pone Ranger enjoying that, and Sylvanas both enjoying their unit count. I really think Pone Ranger is liking those Vikings. I don't know. If I get 16 Vikings in my first card,
Ravens.
I'll put my money in. Yeah, sorry, Ravens. Oh, man. It's been a long day.
It's been a long cast.
Well, it's funny because Sylvanas does have the Vikings that are pretty good against those Ravens. That's for
Yep.
seeing. Boom! Metalcore. Metalcore gets through basically on the fact that he had Cloaked Ghosts from the Mothership.
People like to rag on the Mothership and say that it's not a very useful unit. I mean, you have to understand that it's not really there to be useful on its own. It's there to make your other units last longer.
Well, I always say it's useful. The Mothership is useful until it isn't. It seems
Fair.
very good, and then dead. It's like, okay, well, why did I even use that? But in this case, I think Driss's 10 Void Rays are looking pretty strong into the. Although Pone Ranger does have the 6 battle cruisers. Actually, maybe this is a question for you. Who would win a 6? Well, we'll find out. Who would win a 6 Void Ray versus 10 battle cruiser matches?
Oh, the Void Rays should win this. It depends on how the Yamatos are going to go. If the Yamatos go straight into the Void Rays, then the battle cruiser should win. But it looks like the Yamatos got wasted on the Hellbats.
Yeah, and those Void Rays. Man, those Void Rays. It's funny because you always think capital ships, like, really kind of the end-all be-all unit in this game. And then you just see, except for if you have any number of Void Rays, they just, like, charge up and take you down immediately.
Void Rays just rush down everything.
It's so funny to see just how every unit can get countered by at least one other unit.
So one thing I think we did forget to mention, we probably should have asked the players their opinions about during the interview, but there is a $200 cash prize associated with this game.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
First place, $100.
$100 first place, and then I think it's 50, 30, 20 for
Correct.
second, third, fourth. Yeah.
So I wonder how much the players are actually, thinking about that in the game, or if they're just kind of letting it go, playing their normal game. Or you kind of touched on that in the beginning, but how much do you think the players are really thinking about that right now? That if they just hold on, they could be like winning some decent amount of money.
We talked about this in the first tournament. The cash is nice. Don't get me wrong. After being able to sit down and play a game for a couple hours, walk away with $100, absolutely sign me up. But I think more than anything, what the players are playing for, they're playing for the pride. And they're playing for that avatar.
For sure, they want the title.
Yeah.
If I'm in this, I'm here for the title. I want the avatar. I want everybody to know I played in this tournament. And I beat everyone, and you get to lord that over basically the rest of the community for the next, at least until the next tournament, maybe even further along.
We even still see Pone Ranger here at the final table rocking his Arthas avatar. So,
yeah, absolutely. It's almost like an aggressive, like intimidation tactic to be able to use in a game.
Pone Ranger has to be sitting over there thinking like, I am Arthas. I'm here to stop anyone else from trying to think.
For sure, absolutely. Oh man. Well, no. Imagine if like I'm just thinking. Imagine you win this tournament, right? And you play a game, and there's like one new player at the table, and they're like, "Oh, I like your Arthas avatar. Where did you get it?" Oh, I'm the champion.
Yeah.
I won the.
I'm the reigning champion. That's all. That's how you get your avatar.
Oh, do you want this avatar? Too bad.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
You come at the king, you best not miss. Well, the Stalkers actually being pretty decent counter to these Ravens with their blink back micro.
They had a good spread.
Yeah, they got the good spread in. They got the kill in on Driss's Ravens. Nice pickup for Vendettius, who is chip leader.
So we're starting to see a pretty decent spread of chip stacks here. Vendettius on top with 500, a little bit over he's at 125 bets right now. Whereas Sylvana's sitting down at the bottom, just made a pretty big bet herself with the 17 Dark Templar.
Yeah, I mean 17. Your bottom stack, and you can see 17 Dark Templar. You're in.
We're
All in.
All in and a call, and those Dark Templar are going to be enough to split the pot.
Yeah. Good all in. Good, interesting first all in. Happy to see that nobody's getting eliminated just yet.
A repeat of the first tournament where we had Sanja go out at what was it, hand number 9 at our 300 gold table.
A quick elimination in tournament 1. But I think tournament 2, we heard everybody here. Everybody seems to know each other, knows the game. Everybody's here to taking this very seriously and trying to win.
Like we said, we're all here for the title, man. We're all here to compete.
Yeah, it's all about the title. And I think, I know, we talked up quickly. There's money on the line, and it's awesome. It's going to be great for the winner. But when you're, as someone who's competitive, plays games that there are sometimes cash prizes, once you get into the game, that goes out the window. That's just a secondary thought. When I'm in the game, all I'm doing, my only focus is I got to beat these people. And how can I do that? And what's my play? Where's the line? How do I get to an end game where I'm the winner and they're the losers? That's really all you think about. So that said, Melkor is trying to find that end game with his 6 battlecruisers. But immediately ran into large Raven and Tempest counts from Vendettius and Driss, respectively.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about the Ravens here, but the Tempests are definitely going to be a problem for Metalcore, especially after picking up the 4 Colossi, which are also going to take the bonus damage from being massive air targets.
Yep, and wow. Big bet instantly called by both players behind him. I'm not sure how this is going to shake out. I think these 10 Tempests might be enough.
Tempest should be enough, I think. Yeah, the Tempests are definitely going to be enough here.
There's so many, and they shoot from so far, and Driss gets a solid 244 chip pot.
You got to remember, they do 80 damage to those massive air targets. It's insane how much DPS they do there.
An awesome pick. All right, so nice hand Driss takes the chip stack lead. And let's see what we got in the next one. We got TLJ with 7 battle cruisers and Pwn Ranger with 17 Ravens making the first bet here. TLJ re-raising. This is a big pot.
This is a big pot. Excuse me.
Interesting call with the 7 ultras from Driss.
Ultras are definitely pretty strong, pretty playable. It's oh, well, Pwn Ranger's saying he's going to pump it up here. There he goes.
Oh, he went for
it. And the instant call by TLJ.
Dangerous! This is a 3-way.
My goodness. This is going to be between TLJ and Pwn Ranger. Those Ultralists, usually a good card, not so much here.
Well, none of these Hunter Seeker missiles are really getting to the...
Oh, they've got to get to the battle cruisers. They've got to get to the battle cruisers.
And the battle cruisers are now just tearing through them. It's TLJ. Alright, this is TLJ. And there it is. You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
That's going to be it.
GG, Pwn Ranger.
Pwn Ranger out in 8th place. We are going to be guaranteed a new champion today.
TLJ sucked. Coming across. Deleting the Arthas. And we're down to 7. Right. Metalcore trying to get Pwn Ranger a second life here. But unfortunately, final table, final game. This is one game, deep stack. So that's it for Pone Ranger. GG Pone Ranger. It was great having you on before, and it was great talking to you after you won last time.
Still calling for Team Canada in chat by Frostically.
Yeah, tough one for Team Canada. Uh-oh, bonjour. I believe there's rules against non-English being spoken at the table. Oh,
Yeah.
salute, whoa. Nah, I think that's more along the lines if there's an actual conversation going.
Yeah.
But...
We're not going to call him on that.
Alright.
GG to Pone Ranger. Very well played.
Well, EMP's taking out all the shields. Is that enough? And it might just be. It's looking like the ghosts are.
Remember, those
there.
ghosts
Oh, no,
do a lot.
let's do it.
It's not going to be enough this time, but ghosts can do a lot to those capital ships.
They really did good work on the carriers, but I think they had good focus fire, but once the carriers' critical mass got done, it was too late.
Not a whole lot on the board this time around. Whoever bets first should be taking it down.
Alright, so we're at a point now where the blinds are at about 6. So everyone's still got a good amount of bets in their stack.
I mean, we're looking at Sylvanas at the bottom with about 20 bets. TLJ at the top with about 110, 115 bets. So there's still plenty of poker to be played. Plenty of time for everybody on the board to take their time, chill out, wait for a hand, decide how they're going to play it from there.
Yeah, because even someone like Sylvanas, who's, well, with the bet increase, still has 15 bets. You still have to think, well, I have time. I can wait. I can get something good. And once I get that, that's where I'll push, and that's where I'll make my money. But speaking of good hands, Metal Cornet.
Metal Cornet, and this will be interesting. He does have the Liberators in front, so they're gonna soak up the shots from those battle cruisers with the Yamatos.
Big 400 chip hand. The Liberators come in. But yep, some of the Yamato's gone.
See, was it enough? Was it enough?
There's still 7 on 7.
No, it was not enough. Those Yamatos came right through and tore apart the rest of the Void Raid.
Oh man, yeah. Oh dear. Metalcore. That is a lot of battle cruisers. And someone calls him the king. So King Metalcore, who is now in second place, is proud of it. Congrats, Metalcore. Big takedown though. That's a nice pot to have, and really puts him in a nice position going forward.
Definitely. We have Sylvanas picking up the hand that she needed with, I can't tell if that's 8 or 6 battle cruisers. I think that's 8. Nobody else really with a hand to write home about, though, except for maybe Driss with the 8 Void Rays, but definitely time for Sylvanas to pick up a hand.
I feel like Void Ray versus Battle Cruiser is the name of the game today. Last round it was Queens versus Corruptors. This time it's Void Rays versus Battle Cruisers. Sylvanas takes the pot though.
Yep.
No one wants to tango with that hand. Frosticles, here's my chance. Here's your chance, Frosticles. I've noticed. So Frosticles has been my pick, as I said, and I noticed he's just kind of been sitting back, waiting. This is it. 10 Tempest. Let's go.
10 Tempest with 6 queens, though, not so much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with everybody calling.
Yeah, with it being a family pot, this is not the time to go ham with 10 Tempests.
He had his chance. Oh, or maybe it is.
I mean, hey, Frosticles, you do you, man.
I will say this. Doesn't look like there's much to call him. It might work.
The 16 Liberators might call. Yep, Driss does.
Vendetti's with an interesting call on the...
I think those Tempests are going to go down. Look at this. They're getting double teamed.
Yeah, everyone's going for the Tempest. Poor Tempest. And Vendetti is 20 Hydras. The
There we
20
go.
Hydras can get in. Yeah, they're in. They're doing the damage. The Tempest are done.
Yep.
Vendettius with an interesting hand there on Hellbats and Hydras, really just taking it down. I will say, going in, I would have put that hand in third place out of the three. But, you know, shows that's why I'm up here and Vendettius is down there.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
We have a new hand, Driss waking up with 22 Phoenix. Etten with 15 Cyclones. Frosticles with 6 Ultralisks. 9 Archons for TLJ.
And all in.
Etten all in.
On his headlands. No callers yet, but there are two people, you know, Metal and Driss raising before and might be priced in for a call. Yeah, there's a call from Metalcore.
I imagine they both have to call. Metalcore not so much. Like, you're not really loving the mines, but you're already priced in so much. You might as well.
And here we go.
Oh no, those mines are going to do work against the Phoenix and the Zerglings.
The Cyclones are getting the job done.
Cyclones are surprisingly tanky. You have to remember, I think they're 200 HP. I mean, it's something ridiculous.
Because actually the Void Rays or no, it's a Cyclones.
Cyclones take it down.
And with the triple up.
And with the triple up. Driss in last place now with 16 chips left, only a bet in a third.
Yeah, I mean this is. And he gets 12 Archons. This is it. Get in there.
You gotta go with it at this point. Good luck, man.
For sure.
I don't see any ghosts on the board, so you might be okay. However, Sylvanas does have 21 Ravens, Frosticles with 18 Queens, even Metalcore with the 7 Ultralisks. Gonna have some stiff competition.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're Driss and you see with that chip stack and you see 12 Archons, there's no way you can't be on, right? It's it. You're in and you gotta cross your fingers at this point.
Here we are, Sylvanas all in. I mean, you have to be with the Ravens.
Yeah. I mean, and Metalcore at the call. Interesting.
Very interesting.
I think Metalcore's going to see his units are perhaps a bit outclassed this time. Oh, they're all gone.
So many Ravens.
Yeah, and it's a Raven versus Siege Tank battle, and I'll take the ones that can't get hit, thank you.
Yeah.
That said, can they live? They might live. They're all clumped up in the middle. Where are these missiles?
Let's see if the extra time kicks in for the missiles to regenerate. There they are.
No.
There they are. All the tanks just turned red at the same time. Oh no.
Nice win from Sylvanas. Congrats. And that's
it for Driss out in 7th place.
Out for Driss. Congrats, Driss. Driss, thank you. Great game. Good competitor. Down to our final 6. Alright, well. 6 left. Metalcore on a nice Viking count. With the big raise.
Frosticles next on the chopping block, only sitting on about 12, 13 bets.
Yeah,
However, he just woke up with 17 DTs. Can't complain about that. Lots of ground units, unfortunately. One of them is Sylvanas' 17 Ghosts and Etten's 13 High Templar.
Sylvanas raising the pot. Having the chips now, Sylvanas thinking that I can play these Ghosts, and
Frosticles not going to be happy if he plays this hand.
Oh boy. Well,
Vendetta just woke up with carriers.
Vendettius, I think, just got the hand to beat for this hand.
Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting because everybody else got decent second cards as well.
Frosticles almost all in. Leaves himself 5 ships back.
Frosticles, I apologize. I brought this upon you.
Oh no.
And I think, well, if Sylvanas might not call this. This is a tough call for Sylvanas. And if she doesn't, that actually improves Frosticles' position quite a bit.
And she does. Yeah, there's the call. There's the DTs getting the EMP, the Ultralist with the alley-oop to close them out.
really unfortunate there. All right, well now it's just an air battle.
And that's going to be it for Frosticles, I think.
Frosticles down to 5 chips. Functionally out of this game, but...
We did make a comment yesterday about how Frosticles loves to get in these situations where he's short-stacked and then claws his way back out of it. I don't think you're going to come back starting from 300 chips being knocked down to 5, but crazier things have happened.
Definitely not with 2 Marines either.
Not with 2 Marines.
Not the first card.
Not with 2 Marines. That's probably not going to happen. But we'll see.
Oh, but Terran +3/+3? No, that's not enough.
If Terran was like +20/+20, maybe the 2 Marines would have a chance, but...
Yeah, I think I gotta like Metalcore's hand here, but... Oh, that's a small ghost count versus a large... Well, never mind.
Yeah, Frosticles was forced in.
Frosticles is forced in, EMP'd, and instantly destroyed. Frosticles, my pick, my hero.
GG to Frosticles.
Out in 6. GG, Frosticles. Alright, well, let's see. If I do a quick recap, Concordia's pick was out first. My pick was out third.
I mean, my heart said Pwn Ranger, but I did say my mind said Metalcore.
Metalcore is still in the thick of things, so the last table maybe not playing to us casters' expectations.
Well, Eden here with 25 wild cards against Metalcore's 23 Corruptors. I definitely take the wild cards here.
For sure, and a quick and good all-in, although running into the Queen draw from Metalcore.
Let's see how this wild card shakes out. I don't see any capital ships at all. I don't see much of anything that's really going to help out. That was not a good wild card roll.
No, the Swords can maybe take out these Corruptors eventually, but there's no more air units. And Metalcore thinks he's lost. I think it's down to whether or not the Queens go down, and these tanks are making sure that's happening. So, but with the Thor dead, no, Thor's there, but the Thor can't kill the Corruptors.
No,
right?
no, I don't think so.
There's like 6 Marauders in there. Ooh. Oh, that was a big tank hit. Yeah, big mine hit, but it wasn't enough. Yeah, how do you roll like 6 Marauders? That's gotta feel bad.
Marauder's not your favorite unit at the table here.
Yeah, they're okay, but it's like, do I want a Marauder or do I want a Battle Cruiser? Which would I take?
Oh no. Well, Vendettius here again with 24 wild cards. We'll see if they work out a little bit better than the last wild cards they got dealt.
Oh, he's raising. He thinks they will. He certainly plans if they will. So TLJ
holding 20 Phoenix. Interesting.
Dang, that's a strong hand to fold, but perhaps a good laydown as TLJs are sitting on these Dark Templars, and you never know what's coming out with these 24. So is winning this hand basically for Vendettius whether or not he rolls a Raven or a way to counter this cloak?
Yeah, you're looking for a way to counter the cloak. He rolled a Raven. He's good.
There's one Raven. Oh no, it's over.
Was that even a ghost in there to EMP? I think.
I saw a quick EMP.
Yep, there's a ghost in there.
Yeah, there's an EMP.
Just to make sure.
Very, very fast. Yeah, easy detection. Vendettius at over 1,000 chips.
Vendettius at over 1,000 chips. We have our first over 1,000 chip player.
So, quick math says 2,400 chips total at the table. And
Yep.
Vendettius says almost half.
Almost half.
Nice for Vendettius. All right. Well, we're all seeing our second card this time.
And we do want to note that we're on the bubble here. We're at 5 players left. As soon as we lose another player, we are in the money.
For sure. That's right. So that's pretty important. And maybe on these players' minds now. It's always funny to see the Hellions do their darndest to it's just like fire's gonna work against the giant metal tank. But I guess so. The fire's gonna work against these Formos for sure.
Well, they're able to burn down the locusts so quickly.
Yeah, cut down the locusts fast and get in there. it is. Vendettius with yet another win.
TLJ with the stop giving this man money.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta feel pretty helpless right now if you're one of the other players. Vendettius is got half the chips.
Yeah.
It's, you have to carve out your own area, and it's tough.
Sylvanas all in with her 11 Archons. It's going to work. I don't think anybody else can call.
TLJ.
Although
those
Vendettius has 41 2-2 Marines, he does make the call. Let's see how this plays out.
Actually,
Sylvanas picked up Ravens. That's
okay. Well,
never mind. Sylvanas is good.
Never mind. Sylvanas is fine. But
Pretty
I was
good.
gonna say, actually, I liked the Marines there. I thought maybe they had a shot until this. Yeah, Vendettius hit a bad second card, and Sylvanas hit basically a perfect one.
Well, now we have Eden on the chopping block down to 8 bets. Sylvanas picking up Ravens again, however only 3 this time. TLJ with 25 infestors.
Yeah, I think that's a good race from TLJ. That's a lot of infestors, and
that's a huge amount of infestors.
You're betting early want to get in there. Ooh. All right, well, Sylvanas gets the suited to get her Terran up to 2-2. TLJ picks up just a single Thor, but it might be enough.
Oh, those fungals go off, immediately cutting down the Marines down in health. And look at all those infested Terrans. Yep.
You forget sometimes just how good those fungals are against the bio. You land, especially in this game where you can chain those fungals.
Yep.
Oh man, it's just a constant drain of health until they're all gone. 22.
This baby Eden's hand. Got Eden going all in with the 22 wild card.
Instant all in after Vendettius raises.
Vendettius should be calling here. Yep.
Yeah,
and he picks up the Ravens against the mothership. Ravens are going to be able to detect those invisible units from the mothership.
No. I mean, the mothership. The good news is these missiles should still hit the units underneath, right?
Yep. They sure should.
So the splash did get through, and that's why I think.
Is that going to be it for Eden? Is that going to be it for Eden? We have our top 4. Everybody is now guaranteed money. GG to Eden, knocking out in 5th place.
GG Eden, the rich get richer. Battle poker is a metaphor for life. Right to the top 4. So with 4 players left, congrats to all of Vendettius, TLG, Metalcore, and Sylvanas, our money players today. That said, the battle's still on for first. And
Absolutely.
TLJ and Vendettius are in this one, and yet again we are seeing the large Raven count. Oh no!
The Ravens.
It's so bad. It's like it does so much damage.
They just.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
Not like that!
No.
Not like that! Okay.
Oh
man.
That looked really bad for a second.
There was a second in there where I thought the worst was about to occur. Alright, well, couple, maybe some mediocre units. TLJ might be... Well, now with the Dark Templar, I'm going to think TLJ might be the person influenced to bet by their hand, although Vendettius is trying to buy it now.
I wonder if TLJ... Yeah, I think he was just going for a check raise.
Yeah, you got to raise there, right?
With that many, I feel like you have to. I don't know if I'd go for the check raise there. Or was it a check raise, or was he just acting last?
I think he was just acting last.
Okay.
Although, oh no.
Yeah, that's
a lot of fungals.
It's a lot of fungals, but he doesn't have enough to back it up. He's not going to actually be able to kill the DTs.
Yeah, there's still 9 left. So the DTs start getting in, the swarm hosts start doing their damage. Yeah, you see the DTs just slowly, the shadows moving around and slowly picking off the remaining units. So nice pickup, nice pop pickup for TLJ. Sylvanas now on the ropes.
Sylvanas may be considering going all in with the lurkers. Taking time to complain about the AI instead of playing the hand.
Yeah, I mean, it stinks. Although, not going to complain about those 23 queens, I don't think.
No, not at all. Take those queens all day, every day.
Take those queens straight to the bank.
Putting the lurkers in the back, though, may cost him the game. We'll see here. Maybe not so much. It is only Vikings they're dealing with.
Yeah, lurkers are doing a good job. Yeah, those lurkers up front might have been...
The lurkers up front will be able to actually kill all the banelings before they deal any
Yeah.
damage.
True. But, I guess, all good.
It works out.
All's well that ends well. Sylvanas picks up the pot. And some interesting hands to start this. All the air units are out.
All air units are out. 15 Phoenix, 25 Mutalisk. Is that 8 Tempest?
Yeah, 8 Tempests. And the
25
get
Hydra.
by the Hydras. This is an interesting hand. I think I'd give it to Vendettius right now on balance, but you know, I've been wrong before. I'm ready to be proved wrong again. Especially when all the units clump up. That's the one issue if you get ground and air units. Everybody clumps up for a nice big fungal.
Yeah, and the problem right now is that Vendettius doesn't have any AoE damage. There's so many infested Terrans. However, I think the Hydras were able to take him down. So close.
Yeah,
so close.
That is a lot of Hydras.
Yeah.
And Hydras do sneaky good damage too. So there it is. More
close.
More chips for Vendettius, and that was actually Metalcore all in. So that's going to be Metalcore out in 4th.
Metalcore out in 4th, winning $20. Congratulations. There goes my pick.
Congrats, Metalcore. At least your pick moneyed.
Hey, my pick made the money. I'll take that.
And really, it's down. I mean, so now Sylvanas, as you said, on the ropes before. Still on the ropes a bit now with only 200 chips or so. You want to be at least higher than your starting stack when you're down to 3 players.
True. However, with the antes, she was still looking at about, what was it, 8 to 10 bets, I think.
And now,
so these still 9, a little bit of time.
Can these 9 Dark Templar cut through this army in time?
It's gonna be close with the shields on the Immortals.
Yeah,
because remember they still.
I think they got it.
They still have their hardened field ability. Yeah, they got it.
Beam hit the 10-second timer. That was easy peasy for Vendettius' Dark Templars.
Sylvanas echoing the same thoughts I had.
We thought that as well, but apparently not. Those Dark Templar came in and just tore them to shreds.
Swipe.
Alright, well, Sylvanas is all in now.
And all the banelings, goodness.
But Sylvanas' Liberators...
Yeah, this is going to be enough for Sylvanas. Sylvanas should pick this up.
Yeah, surrender from TLJ. Because I don't need to see this. I've watched this too many times, and I know the ending.
Okay, right, so Sylvanas gets a double up. Sylvanas.
We have a double up for Sylvanas. They can stick around a little longer now.
Still working with about 10 bets, a little bit more than that, 11-ish. And Sylvanas coming in with the ultras now, trying to deal with these lurkers.
The ultras got right on top of the lurkers, and it looks like they're gonna get rid of them post haste.
Very quickly.
Yeah, nice pickup for Sylvanas.
Vendettius with the 5 carriers. Sylvanas with 20 Mutalisks.
Sylvanas raising her Mutalisk. Let's see. Vendettius is definitely not dropping this hand. Yeah, Sylvanas quickly calls with her wildcard units.
Not a great roll, but let's see if the Mutalists are enough to finish it off.
There is one Thor in there. Well, there was one Thor in there. Oh no.
Yeah, we forgot that Protoss had 2/2 and he was suited, so that gave him 3/3 on the carriers.
Oh jeez. Yeah. The carriers with the upgrades really just like tear through everything, man.
So much armor, so much damage.
Alright, so we're on Vendedius with his 2 battle cruisers. Gonna see how long it takes to kill all these ground units. Hint, not that long.
Yeah, not so much.
Oh, wait, just kidding.
Those 2 battle cruisers are going to get stuck against the Locusts.
Yeah, that's true. I thought the Ravagers would get more damage in on those Marauders. I thought those Ravager volleys would like straight up kill the Marauders, but they did not.
Can I have a redo?
No. Sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, not how this one works for you. Oh, Sylvanas. Here it is. Get the raise in.
Oh, yep.
Ah.
And takes it down.
Well, pretty nice. Okay. So we got Vendedius and Sylvanas both probably trying to play this hand.
Vendedius comes along, takes out 21 Infestors. It's going to be a rough time for those Banelings. They're all going to get caught in fungals.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
And there's the kaboom.
GG. Oh, dear.
The earth-shattering kabooms.
Gosh, those gone in instant, the Banelings. Now even the Vikings are adding their DPS to this fight.
Facing down the last 3 units. There it goes. Sylvanas in big trouble now with the antis as high as they are. She's only going to have a couple of bets to work with. 75 Ling is not what you're looking for.
I hate to see that, especially running into both of her opponents having
And she goes all in.
AoE units to take out your Lings.
This is definitely the right play with the all in there. Doesn't matter what your first guard is, you should be going all in.
Yeah, and I think this might be it
Yeah.
for Sylvanas. Sylvanas already recognizing that fact.
Yep. So GG to Sylvanas, winning $30. Oh, wait.
Again, sometimes
No.
I think those Ravagers just do so much damage.
Not enough damage.
3-3, baby. 3-3 Protoss units. Welcome to 3-3 Carrier World.
And we are heads up with Vendedius at about a 5-1 chip advantage over TLJ.
That's nuts. Even more so, I think, right? Or no, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. Good jobs. Congrats to Sylvanas, 3rd place. That's a $30 prize. Very well played.
So this is a $50 heads up match. The loser takes home $50. The winner takes home $100. TLJ trying to hang in there with his 5 bets, give or take. 24 Phoenix should be enough to do it in this hand.
Yeah, he goes in, gets the call out of Vendedius. And that Phoenix, yeah, Vendedius gives it up. That Phoenix count is way too much. This is how he feels playing against Phoenix in StarCraft. It's like, oh, he only has 3 or 4 Phoenix, I could fight that. And then once he has like 15, it's like, oh, I can no longer fight that.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, no.
One picks your unit up and the other 14 just... It's like one friend holding someone's arm behind their back. Then he has 14 friends who punch that person in the face repeatedly.
Oh, no.
This one a draw here, or are we punching through these aliens? Oh no, the one air unit.
Yeah, there's the one air unit.
Interesting. So
Is the air unit going to kill the Brood
So
Lord?
that's the actual question. Does Vendedius' one corruptor get the job done? And it looks like it might.
It's got a chance. I'd say we haven't seen the 10 seconds yet. It's probably going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's it. There's 10 seconds.
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh no!
Totally
Don't
missed
do
the
this.
loop rupture. Ooh,
Okay.
wow.
Close.
That was... So Vendettes gets it. That was too close. Uh-oh, TLJ with the Raven pickup. Yeah, that's an easy... That's a bingo.
Oh, the EMPs. No.
Don't get that close. Don't get that close. Close?
Very.
Scared me. That scared me. TLG gets it, though. And TLG insta-rolling Liberators. But 21, that's a lot of... Zerg +3/+3?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of Hydra.
That's a big Zerg hand. That's a big Zerg hand for Vendettius. This might be it.
These Brood Lords need to get in. TLJ
The Hellions have to kill the Liberators. The Hellions have to kill the Liberators.
This might be
The
GG.
Hydras have to kill the
Liberators
Liberators
are going
now.
down. The Hydras got him. The Hydras got him. It's over.
That's it. That's it. That's it. We have our winner.
Oh, the Hydras taking down. GG. The +3 to Zerg really coming through for Vendettius. Congrats, Vendettius. Our Season 1 champion.
And once again, our 300 gold table finishes faster than some of our 125 gold tables do.
I think Vendettius played the perfect game there. Got out to a big early lead and just kept squeezing player after player out of the game.
You just lean on them. You get the lead and you just lean on people and make them fall over.
You don't go crazy. You pick your spots, but when you do, you make sure that everybody has to pay to play. I really enjoyed it was really well played. I thought Vendettius just kept up that pressure the whole time, made smart bets, was getting in smart pots, and ended I think deserved winner.
Absolutely,
that's what we saw.
That was a great game.
All right,
that's
for
no
sure.
problem at all.
Yeah, I think I'm for one. I'm interested to hear how he kind of walked his way through that last game.
You can pull up the bracket. I updated the table if you want to show that on screen.
Absolutely. I just basically a masterclass of applying constant pressure from the chip stack, from the stack lead.
Might have to scroll down.
You have it backwards. Actually, it's in reverse order.
Might have to adjust the stream a little bit to fix the. We have to fix the stream.
We'll get the stream. We'll scroll down a bit to see our finals
I think
here.
we can fix that shit.
We need to
adjust that real fast.
Adjust it real fast to show Vendettius at the top.
Yeah.
Our winner.
Working on that now.
And Vendettius did have another win today, so Vendettius 2 for 3 at taking down their tables. So great job.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's get Vendettius in here for a quick interview. Hi, Vendettius. Vendettius, you on?
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, Vendettius. Congratulations. Great, very well played.
Thank you.
So how does it feel? I mean, just right off the bat, how does it feel?
I'm very happy, and I'm never thinking win this. Never.
Well, I was just saying on the stream right before you joined. I was very impressed with how well you were able to apply pressure from the leader position. Is that something so while you were in first the whole time, were you thinking I have to constantly be squeezing out my opponents?
First, I'm got lucky with the end for sure, but I trust my end some often.
Very nice. Well, I think you played every hand very well and definitely deserved the win. So congratulations from my end. Bati, any questions for Vendettius?
Oh no.
It's got to be great coming from barely qualifying from your semifinal table and coming in and just wrecking the final table like this. You only got 12 points in the semifinals. You actually didn't make it through the qualification round. We brought you in as a replacement. So I mean, congratulations to you, man. You came a long way to make it here.
Yeah, thank you. The qualification was very bad. I played very bad about that.
All right, well, Vendettius, I think congrats. Hope you don't spend all the prize in one place. And do you have any shout outs, anything you want to say to the stream?
No.
All right. Well, good enough. Thanks for having you. Congratulations once again. That's
Thank
our
you.
champion, Vendettius.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, man.
All right.
All right. Any last words from our casters? I think it was a great tournament. I think a great success. Definitely
Fantastic
topped the inaugural tournament. I hope you guys had fun.
Hey,
For
this
sure.
has been a blast. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. Thanks to Concordia and Skelejelly for having me on the caster desk. This has been a highlight of my year every time I get to do one of these tournaments. So hopefully there's going to be more of them in the future.
Most
Yeah,
definitely will be.
Absolutely. Let me echo Bati's thanks to Skelly and to you, Concordia. Thank you again for having me here, and Skelly. This is such an awesome game. So thank you for making it. And I think we've heard the players being as just very thankful to Skelly for all the hard work he puts into this and to how responsive he's been to the community. So great job, Skelly.
Oh, thanks guys so much. That's awesome.
And shout outs to Vendettius, TLJ, Sylvanas, and Metalcore. Great work today. Congratulations on the prizes. Awesome job.
Great job to everybody. This has been a blast. Thank you so much.